ready to go. Game number 2 of the 1960 World Series. Tony Kubek steps in. He's hitting an even .600 on the year. And here is on the series. And here's the first one to Kubek, low and outside for a ball. Kubek in yesterday afternoon's game came up 5 times, had 3 base hits. Friend delivers low and away to the left-handed batter. Ball 2, 2-0 now. Kubek had a couple of infield singles and a single to center field in the 9th inning. Bob Friend trailing now, 2 balls, no strikes to leadoff hitter Kubek. Into the move now, and the Pirate right-handed deals a strike. 2-1. The idea of the kind of a pitcher that Bob Friend can be, well, over the year, in 276 innings, he only walked 45 men and struck out 182. Now Kubek, left-hand hitter, waiting the 2-1 offering now from Bob Friend in game number 2, just getting underway at Forbes Field. Swinging a line drive, hit out of the shallow left field. It's going to drop in for the base hit. Moving in to play the ball is Gino Cimoli. Rounding first and holding on with an opening single is Tony Kubek. Kubek opens the ball game with a single to left field, and now the Yankees bring in Gil McDougall, who is starting this afternoon and is playing at third base. McDougall, in yesterday's ball game, came up 3 times and had 1 base hit. It was a 9th inning single. All ready to go now. Kubek leading first base. Friend out of the stretch throws a breaking ball, low and outside, and a ball 1. McDougall has played a total of 47 World Series ball games. Has a batting average of .233 over the many series games he's been in. Looks at the next offering, low and outside from Bob Friend. 2 balls, no strikes. To Gil McDougall. And the weather seems to be getting better and better with every pitch here in game number 2. Now Kubek edges to his lead at first base. The set by Friend. The pitch is cut on and a foul ball is hit on against the mezzanine level off the first base side. And the count to McDougall, 2 balls, 1 strike. Bob Friend is of course, the oldest Pirate in the point of continuous service. He's been the right-handed mainstay of the Pirate pitching staff since he broke into the league back in 1951. He became a 20-game winner for the first time in 1958 with a very excellent 22-14 record. Now the 2-1 offering coming to Gil McDougall. Kubek breaks with a pitch. It's taken high. There's a throw going to second base. And the tag is made, and Kubek is out at second base. From Smokey Burgess to Bill Mazeroski, and they put it on Kubek for the first out of the inning. And, of course, that brought a happy roar of approval from the Pirate fans who are here again this afternoon. And the count now to Gil McDougall is 3 balls and 1 strike. We have 1 out now with none on, and Friend into the full line with a lot of action. He deals a pitch that swung on and fouled out of play into the upper deck way down there in the right field corner. So we've got a 3-2 count now to Gil McDougall. Waiting in the on-deck ring off to one side is the left-hand batting Yankee right fielder Roger Maris, who had a great day in a losing cause yesterday with 3 hits and 4 trips to the plate, including a home run. 3-2 to McDougall is a strike 3 call. He started to swing and held off, and Friend got the breaking ball in there for a strike 3. So Friend notches his first strikeout of the afternoon. That'll be the second Yankee out. And now here is Roger Maris. Maris has a World Series batting average of .750, and that he had 3 hits and 4 trips yesterday. And one of those hits went all of the way, a home run, has a run batted in. Maris in the first inning, after 2 men had been retired, after Lopez hit into the double play, hit one, a towering fly ball into the upper deck in right field. The pitch to Maris is low and away, ball 1. Friend deals outside to the left-handed batter, ball 2, so Bob has gotten behind to all 3 of the men he's faced here in this top half of the first inning. 2 balls, no strikes now to Maris. And the Pirate right-hander throws a pitch that's cut on and a foul ball is back against the screen behind the plate. The count 2-1 now to Maris. Mickey Mantle waiting in the on-deck ring. Found it going a little bit rough yesterday insofar as base hits did Mantle, in that he failed to hit in 3 official at-bats. Hope, Groth, Mazeroski, and Rocky Nelson around that Pirate infield tonight. Nelson is in at first base, replacing Dick Stewart, who played the first game yesterday. Pirate outfield to Roger Maris, very deep, and they're swung around a little bit toward the right field side. Now, Friend taking a lot of time. He's in the move now, and here comes the 2-1 offering to Roger Maris. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2-2 to Maris. None on. This is the top half of the first inning. Game number 2, no score. Now the 2-2 pitch to Maris is inside and a ball 3, so that'll fill the count to the Yankee right fielder. 3-2 now to Roger Maris. Friend into the move now, and here comes the payoff. 3-2 pitch to Maris. It's cut on, and there's a drive for a base hit between Mazeroski and Rocky Nelson, and on through to right field. And Maris is on with his 4th hit of the series. A solid single to right field, and that brings up Mickey Mantle. And, of course, against the right-hand slants of Bob Friend, Mantle will again be a left-handed batter. Mickey failed to hit yesterday in 3 trips. He walked 1 time, fanned twice, flied out to center field. And the Pirate outfield plays Mantle just about the way they played Roger Maris. And the infield overshifts off to the first base side. Friend, a very deliberate worker now, looking down to Burgess to pick up on the side. And here comes the first offering to Mickey Mantle. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Maris, the runner at first base. 2 down here in the Yankee half of the first inning. No score. Kubek opened the game with a single to left field. Was thrown out trying to steal from Burgess to Mazeroski. McDougal was called on strikes. Maris single to right. And now the pitch coming to Mantle is a breaking ball low and inside, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Mickey Mantle. One, the count to Mantle. Friend with that long look now goes to the abbreviated stretch, checks Maris over there at first base, throws, swing and a foul ball in the dirt behind the plate, and the count will be a ball and 2 strikes to Mantle. Well, the sun is shining brightly enough now in Pittsburgh, so that now and then we make out the shadows of the grandstand, and I no sooner say that than it ducks behind a cloud. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Mickey Mantle. Rocky Nelson playing tight to the bag over there at first, guarding against the lead of Roger Maris. And Friend all ready to go now. Mantle waiting. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball too low, and the count is 2-2 to Mantle. Looks like Friend is working that curveball and keeping it down and in on Mantle. The 2-2 pitch to the Yankees center fielder. Maris leads first. Here comes the pitch. It's outside, and that fills the count to Mantle. So that'll be the 3rd 3-2 count that Friend has carried here on the top of the first inning. 3-2 to McDougal, then he struck him out. 3-2 to Maris, who singled to right field. And now 3-2 to Mickey Mantle. Bob Friend ready to go. There goes Maris. The pitch is swung on and missed. He struck him out. Goes down swinging, and the Yankees in the first inning, no runs, 2 base hits, no Pirate errors, and 1 man left, and the score at the end of the first half inning of the Yankees nothing, the Pirates nothing. For the Pirates in the last half of the first inning, it will be Bill Verdon, then Dick Groth, and Roberto Clemente in that order, against the Yankee right-hander Bob Turley, who has a record of 9 wins and 3 defeats. Turley this year started for Casey Stengel and the Yankees 24 times, completed but 4. He pitched 173 innings, allowed 138 hits, walked 87, and struck out 88. and finished the year with an earned run average of 3.28. Curley, in his first days in the American League, was primarily a flamethrower, a fastballing right-hander. He still has that good fastball. He uses it infrequently, however, and now pitches with considerable curveballs. He throws quick ones and slow ones, big ones and small ones. And now here is Bill Verdon to lead off for the Pittsburgh Pirates in the last half of the first inning. Verdon in yesterday's game had one hit in 3 trips, and it drove in a run. It was a double off the screen and right in the 6th inning. Bob Turley all ready to go. The Yankee right-hander throws a pitch that's too low, and ball 1. Around the Yankee infield now. Third base, Gil McDougall. The shortstop is Tony Kubek. The second baseman, Bobby Richardson. And it's Bill Skowron again at first base. The outfield, however, has Yogi Berra in left field, Mickey Mantle in center field, and Roger Maris in right field. And the 1-0 pitch coming to left-hand batting Verdon is outside and a ball. 2-0 now. Elston Howard is doing the catching. In all of Yogi Berra's many previous World Series ball games, he has always been the catcher. This afternoon, he is starting in left field for the first time in a World Series. No score, Pirates batting last half of the first inning. The 2-0 pitch to left-hand batting Verdon is a strike call, 2-1. Yankees failed to score in the top half of the first inning, and now here's Bill Verdon to see if he can start it for Pittsburgh in the last half of the first. Turley in the move now. The 2-1 coming to Verdon. It's too low. And a ball 3. The count to the Pirate leadoff hitter, Bill Verdon. He'll be followed by Dick Grote and Roberto Clemente in that order. Now Turley into that very brief windup, throws. Swinging a high fly ball, hit out of the left center field. Berra is moving in on the ball. The left fielder is calling for it, under it. He's got it, and that's the first out. Verdon flies out to left fielder Yogi Berra, and that'll bring around the Pirate captain, Dick Grote. Grote in yesterday's ball game had 2 hits in 4 trips to the plate. One of those 2 a double. He drove in a run, so his series batting average is .500. Grote doubled to right in the first inning yesterday, singled to center in the third, lined out to second in the fourth, bounced out to short in the 6th. Right-hand batter. And a dandy hit-and-run man. Pitch coming to Grote. Strike called. Good quick breaking ball from Bob Turley. A little bit like Friend in that they're both very deliberate workers. Now throws a curveball, but it misses, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Coaching again for the Pirates this afternoon at third base, Osiak, and down the first base line, it's Mickey Vernon, who incidentally was a teammate of the Pirate manager Danny Murtaugh in American Legion baseball a few years ago down around the Chester, Pennsylvania area. Now the 1-1 pitch is swung on. There's a ground ball sharply hit to Richardson, the Yankee second baseman. He has now the throw to first in time, and Grote is the second out of the inning. Grote grounds out to Richardson, second baseman. 2 down and none on, and the batter now will be Roberto Clemente. In yesterday afternoon's opening game, Clemente had 1 hit in 4 trips and drove in a run. Turley's first offering to Clemente is swung on a high fly ball in the shallow right center. Maris is coming into the ball, and he can't get to it. And Clemente is on with a looping single into right center field. There seemed to be a moment of confusion between Maris and second baseman Bobby Richardson. And then Maris opened up and came on as hard as he could and did not get to the ball. And it drops in front of him for a looping single in shallow right center. And that brings up Rocky Nelson. Nelson did not play yesterday in the opener. Over the year for Pittsburgh, he had 11 doubles, a triple, hit the home run 7 times, knocked in 35, and was an even 300 hitter, and is the possessor of perhaps the most peculiar batting stance in all of baseball. A left-handed batter with a tremendous minor league record. Bob Turley checks Clemente at first base, and the pitch is a slow curveball, but it fails to come over. Strike ball one to Rocky Nelson. Bob Turley facing Rocky Nelson. And the 1-0 pitch now coming to the left-hand batting Pirate first baseman. Turley throws. He's too low with the ball, too. If I were to try and describe Nelson's stance, if you had not seen it, I would ask you to assume the pose of a bare-knuckles fist fighter of many years ago. And then you would have your feet about in the position in which Nelson faces the pitcher. His front foot, in his case the right, the toe of it is pointed right straight out to the mound. And looks like he's about ready to sit down as each pitch is thrown. Now the 2-0 pitch coming to Nelson. Swinging a ground ball foul outside of first. And the count is 2-1. Score on the ball game. Pirates at bat. Last half of the first inning. 2 out. Clemente, the runner at first base. And a count of 2 balls, 1 strike to Rocky Nelson. Bob Turley on the mound for the Yankees checks Clemente at first base and now straddles the rubber, and Clemente checks back toward the bag at first. Now ready to go again. Turley into the brief stretch. He sets. And the 2-1 coming to Nelson. Cut ground ball hit right toward Richardson, the second baseman. He digs it out neatly, throws to first, and that's it. For the Pirates in the last half of the first inning, no runs, 1 base hit, no errors, 1 man left. Score at the end of the first inning of play, Yankees nothing, Pirates nothing. Leading off for the Yankees in the top half of the second inning will be Yogi Berra. He will be followed by Bill Skowron and then Elston Howard in that order. Berra in yesterday afternoon's ball game had 1 base hit in 4 trips. He carries a series batting average then of 250. He might well have had 2 base hits in the ball game yesterday had it not been for a tremendous catch by Pirate center fielder Bill Verdon, who went all the way to the wall along with right fielder Clemente way out there in right center field and made a sparkling grab. Well, here's Yogi Berra. One of the most colorful performers ever to play the game of baseball. And the stories about Berra, of course, are a legion. All ready to go now. Bob Friend up on the mound for the Pirates. No score as we start the second inning. Ball 1 is down low to Berra. Berra actually walked up on the pitch a little bit, ran the hands up the bat, and then gave Don Hoke that look down there at third base as if to say, well, hey, I might drop one, buddy. Friend delivers, and Berra takes a strike. 1-1. Berra, most valuable player in the league. 3 times. Swings, hits a ground ball off the first base side. Nelson, the first baseman, wide to his right, makes a pickup. Throws to the pitcher, covering at first base in time to get Berra for the first out in the Yankee half of the second inning. And that brings on Bill Skowron. Bill had 2 hits in yesterday's opener in 4 trips to the plate. They were both singles, and he drove in a Yankee run. So Skowron has a .500 series average. The Pirates' 18-game winner, Bob Friend, trying to nail down game number 2 for Danny Murtaugh on the Pirates. The pitch is swung on and fouled out of play over the roof off the first base side. Strike 1 to Skowron. In the on-deck circle off to one side is the Yankee catcher of the afternoon, Elston Howard. Now Friend in the move now, and here comes the 1-strike pitch to Bill Skowron. He swings and misses. Strike 2. Gave him a good quick breaking ball. Kept it up over the outside portion of the plate. Right about at the letters. 2 strikes now to Skowron, and let's see how Friend will work on this powerful Yankee first baseman. Now the 2-strike pitch on the way. Friend delivers. Swinging a foul ball in the dirt behind the plate. And the count rides on. 2 strikes to Bill Skowron. This great old city of bridges really was rocking on its foundations here last evening, celebrating the Pirates' opening game win over the Yankees. Now the 2-strike pitch to Skowron. Another foul out of play behind the plate. While the citizens of this fine city were really celebrating and enjoying their team's victory, the Pirates themselves were rather calm about the whole thing, and all of them are only too well aware of the fact that there are many more games yet to be played. And again, the 2-strike pitch to Bill Skowron. It's high and tight, and Skowron backs off a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Friend looking down to battery mate Smokey Burgess for the sign. He responds into the wind now. The 1-2 offering to Skowron is another foul ball behind the plate. And as always the case, 1 foul ball out of play back here behind the plate. You've got 10 or 15 fellas scrapping for it. Not really, but in an all-out effort to pick up the souvenir baseball. Now Skowron waiting the 1-2 offering again from Bob Friend. 1 out and none on. Here's the pitch. He swings and misses. Struck him out. And for Bob Friend, that'll be his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. 2 out now, and the batter will be Elston Howard. And it was Howard who kept the spark alive for the New York Yankees in the opener yesterday when he came on as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning of the ball game and hit a 2-run home run over the screen in right field. But little Elroy Face held right on and got Lopez to ground into the double play and ended the ball game. Pirates winning 6-4. Now the pitch coming down to Elston Howard. Strike. Good quick breaking ball right over the inside corner of the hands. Strike 1. Howard swings and there's a foul ball into the upper deck off the first base side. 2 strikes now to Elston Howard. It was feared that this fine Yankee would be lost for a couple of games of the series due to an accident he sustained in the closing Yankee series with the Washington Senators. Now the 2-strike pitch to Howard. Another foul is out of play into the upper deck behind the plate. Howard sustained an injured finger when a foul ball came off the bat of the Senators shortstop Zorro Versalles, and it was first feared that the finger might have been broken, but it turned out to be nothing more than a severe dislocation, and here's Howard back in the lineup. Now the 2-strike pitch is low, hit in front of the plate, and the count is a ball, 2 strikes to Elston Howard. No score, Yankees batting in the top half of the 2nd inning at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh. Yankees nothing, Pirates nothing. To go now. Friend brings the arm down, delivers, swinging a ground ball to sit slowly down the 3rd base side. Charging his Hokie, lets it go, and it's a foul ball at the last moment. Dusty Vargas, 3rd base umpire, got right down on top of that foul ball, and when he gave it the foul ball gesture, the ball was hardly more than 2 or 3 inches away from his hand. Hope came charging in. It would have been a very difficult play, and at the very last moment, Hope decided to gamble and let the ball roll, and it rolled foul by inches. So Howard is back in again with the count continuing at a ball and 2 strikes. All ready to go again. The 1-2 offering coming down to Elston Howard is low and away. Ball 2. 2-2. Yankees nothing, the Pirates nothing. 2 out, men on. Yankees batting in the top half of the 2nd inning. And Bob Friend on the mound for the Buccos this afternoon. pitch. Swinging another foul ball. Back among the spectators. Gentleman tried to catch that foul ball while holding on to the program. It was a most unsuccessful effort. Two balls, two strikes to Elston Howard. Bob Friend on the mound today for the Pirates. Led the National League in victories in 58 with 22. The pitch is a strike three call. Howard is called out on strike. Number 4 in the game for Bob Friend. No runs, hits, no errors, none left. Score at the end of an inning and a half. The Yankees nothing, the Pirates nothing. Smokey Burgess, who in yesterday's game failed to hit in 4 trips to the plate. On the year, he had 294 for the Pirates. Burgess, a very dangerous hitter. And he can splash that ball around. Now, Simone walks off a pretty big lead. Turley checks him with a look and throws to Burgess. A pitch up high and outside, ball 1. No score here at Forbes Field. Pirates batting last half of the second inning. Yankees nothing, Pirates nothing. None out. Gino Simone has just walked to open this second inning for Pittsburgh. And now Burgess waits the 1-0 pitch from Bob Turley. There it is. Outside to the left-handed batter. Ball 2, 2-0. Led the major leagues as a team in batting with an average of 276. They also led their lead in fielding. Now your 2-0 pitch coming to Burgess with Simone at first and none out. No, a quick and checking throw to first base, but Simone is back. No play. And the 2-0 pitch now to Burgess. He looks at it. It's outside, ball 3. 3-0. The Pirate fans at Forbes Field respond enthusiastically. Now the 3-0 pitch to Burgess. Here it is, and he takes a look. A strike is called. Burgess is evidently under wraps, looking all the way. The count now 3 balls and 1 strike. And here's Smokey taking a quick look to his third base coach, Osiak, to see what might be going or not going on this 3-1 count. Skowron, of course, tight to the bag at first base. Simone walks out to a pretty good lead. Turley now into the stretch, and the 3-1 pitch to Burgess. He takes strike 2 call over the outside corner of the letters. 3-2 to Burgess. The 3-2 pitch coming down to Burgess. There goes Simone. Pitch is swung on. A towering pop fly off the first base side of the infield. Bobby Richardson is calling for it. Under it, and the Yankee second baseman has it for the first out. Burgess pops out to second baseman Richardson. Simone holding first, and the batter now will be Don Hope. Don yesterday failed to hit in 2 appearances. He walked twice and scored a run in the Pirates' 6-4 win over the Yankees in the opener. Don Hope. Don taking a little time up at the plate now, trying to break up a little of that clay, scratching around, digging in. All ready now. Simone walks out his lead at first base. Here's Turley into the set position, and the first pitch coming down to right-hand batting Don Hope is inside for a ball, and Howard spun around as if he were going to rifle a peg to first base. Didn't follow through, however. Ball one to Don Hope. Now Turley ready to go again with a quick checking look at Smoley at first base. He steps and throws, swinging a fly ball, well hit center field way. Mantle going back, has it in range, looks up, and makes the grab in deep center field for the second out of the inning. Returning to first base again, Smoley. Hope flies out to center fielder Mantle. 2 down. And here is Bill Mazeroski. And there are many people who will tell you that Mazeroski's 2-run home run in the 4th inning of yesterday's opener kind of broke the ball game up. Maz had 2 base hits in 4 trips yesterday. He also had a single to go along with his 2-run home run. Mazeroski scored 2 runs and knocked in 2. First pitch coming to the right-hand batting Pirates second baseman. Good curveball rips in, and a strike is called to Mazeroski. Ready to go once again. And the 1-strike pitch coming to Mazeroski. He swings and misses as Turley pulls the string on that dandy curveball. Beautiful pitch from Bob Turley. You could see Mazeroski start to lunge at the ball and then check himself in an effort to compensate and still couldn't get to it. 2 strikes now. Turley all ready to go. He delivers. Swinging a high foul is out of play. Continues 2 strikes. Some gentlemen up in the 3rd tier roof boxes underneath the roof here at Forbes Field made a kind of a routine catch of that foul ball. 2 strikes. 2 out. No score. Smoley leading first. The pitch coming to Mazeroski. Curve is low and outside in the dirt, and a good grab by Elston Howard. So the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bill Mazeroski. Smoley opened the inning with a walk, and he's still out there at first base as Burgess popped out to second baseman Richardson. Polk fly deep to the center fielder Mantle. And Mazeroski has the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Turley ready to go again. Delivers just off the corner, and the count is 2-2. Now your 2-2 pitch coming down to Bill Mazeroski. Gino Smoley walks out to his lead at first base, and then Turley checks him back with a quick throw. No play. McDougal, Kubek, Richardson scouring around the Yankee infield. Berry in left this afternoon, Mantle in center, Maris in right, and the 2-2 pitch coming to Bill Mazeroski. Nope. Turley a little bit concerned about the lead of Gino Smoley. Again takes his foot off the rubber, so Smoley goes back to the bag. Now back out to his lead again as Turley is ready to throw. And the 2-2 pitch is down low. 3-2 to Bill Mazeroski, and this is the third 3-2 count of the inning for the Yankee right-hander Bob Turley. Scour now talking to Turley and indicating that he is at this point backing off the bag with the count 3-2 to Bill Mazeroski. 2 out. Turley all ready to go now. He sets, and the 3-2 pitch to Mazeroski is swung on a line drive down the left field line. It's going to be a fair ball in the deep left field corner. Bearer is running it down to foul territory. On his way to third is Smoley, and they hold Smoley up, and moving into second base goes Mazeroski. So Mazeroski hits a clothesline double down into the left field corner. Smoley pulls in at third base. And for Mazeroski, his first double of the series and his third hit. So the first scoring opportunity at this early point of the ball game faces the Pittsburgh Pirates now with 2 out and runners at second and third. Here comes Bob Friend. Friend on the year for the Pirates, you'd have to say was not too much of a hitter. His batting average was .068. He's got Pirate runners at second and third base with 2 out. Bob Friend, the Pittsburgh hurler of the afternoon, right-handed batter, facing Bob Turley. Turley into the full Y now, throws low for a ball. No score in the ball game. Yankees nothing, Pirates nothing. Pirates batting last half of the second inning, 2 out, and a 2 on. Runners at second and third. Savoli at third, Mazeroski at second. Comes the arm. Turley delivers, and Friend takes a big swing and misses strike 1. 1-1. Bob Friend was the starting and winning pitcher for the National League All-Stars, 1956, and again in the first game in this year. Now the 1-1 pitch coming to Bob Friend. He swings a high pop-up off the first base side of the infield. Bill Skowron is calling for it. Yankee first baseman under it. He's got it, and that'll be the final out. So for the Pirates, in the second inning, no runs, 1 hit, no Yankee errors, 2 left. The score at the end of 2 complete. Yankees nothing, Pirates nothing. Bobby Richardson will be the first batter on for the Yankees in the top of the third inning. Bob, in yesterday's ball game, failed to hit in 4 trips. He scored 1 of the Yankee runs. The only Yankee regular to hit 300 a year ago. This year, however, he's dropped out a little bit. Finished the year with a .252 batting average for the Yankees. Bobby considered by many to have as great a range as any second baseman in the American League. All ready to go. Bobby Richardson now to face Bob Friend. To go to work on Richardson, a right-handed batter. Bob hits out of a straightaway stance right about in the middle of the box. Friend rocks over the rubber and throws a curve that's low and a ball. Hope, Grote, Mazeroski, and Nelson around that Pirate infield. And this one of the big ballparks. The 1-0 pitch is a strike, and Richardson ran the hands up the bat, leaned in over the plate as if he were going to, had given some thought to bunting, and then took the pitch all the way. 1 ball and 1 strike. And normally in this ballpark, the outfielders give a hitter the foul line. Because of that tremendous expanse in right center, left center, and center field, they kind of bunch the outfield. Now the 1-1 pitch to Richardson is too low, and Bob takes the ball. 2-1 now. Yankees nothing, Pirates nothing. Yankees at work in the top of the third. And Friend moving right along now delivers a pitch that's off the outside corner, and the count is 3-1. And Bob gives plate umpire Stevens a long look. And that little fellow Smokey Burgess comes up a little unhappily. Now your 3-1 pitch to Richardson. Ball 4 is down low, and Richardson's on with a base on balls. The first issued this afternoon by Bob Friend. And now the batter will be Bob Turley.
Batting in the 9th position,
Turley
Bob Turley.
came over to the New York Yankees in a deal that was started November the 18th and completed December the 1st of 1954, a deal that was referred to by the late New York newspaperman Benny Epstein as the population deal or the exchange of communities. Turley, a right-handed batter. The Pirates figure him to bunt. Hope crowds in. The pitch is bunted. Popped up foul outside of first. Chasing it is Nelson. He falls down. Even had he not, I'm afraid he couldn't have made the play because the pop foul came down about 2 or 3 rows in the box seats just beyond the Pirate dugout. Strike one to Bob Turley. The deal involving Bob Turley also had Harry Bird, Don Leppard, Jim McDonald, Bill Miller, Willie Miranda, Hal Smith, Cal Segrist, and Gus Triandis for Gordon Hunter, Dick Krajewski, Don Larson, Turley, Bliska, quite a few ball players. Turley now swings, and a foul ball is on the screen behind the plate, so 2 strikes to the Yankee hurler Bob Turley. Bunted the first pitch, popped it foul into the seats, swinging away on the second pitch. 2 strikes to Turley. On at first base, Bobby Richardson. None out in the Yankee half of the third, and Turley trying to move Richardson along. Friend ready to go now. And Turley squares and bunts off the first base side of the mound. Fielded by Friend. No play at second. The throw goes to first base in time to get to Bob Turley. Down to second on the sacrifice bunt goes Bobby Richardson, and Turley is retired. Pitcher Friend to the second baseman covering. One away in the Yankee half of the third, and now the top of the order, Tony Kubek, who singled into left field to open the ball game, and then was promptly thrown out trying to steal Burgess to Bill Mazeroski. And now Kubek looking out to Bob Friend for the second time this afternoon. Richardson halfway around. He's down there at second base. Friend all ready to go to work now into the stretch. And the Pirate right-hander throws. Pitch outside of the left-hand batting Kubek. Ball 1. Pitch coming down to Kubek. Swing and a foul ball going out of play down the left field side. 1-1 now to Tony. Taking a long look out into left field, kind of checking on the count on the scoreboard out there. Had a ball and a strike, and also looking at left fielder Samoli, who is favoring the line down there in left field. Even though Kubek's a left-handed batter, the pitch is swung and a ground ball hit right back through the middle. It's going to be into center field for the base hit. Richardson around third is going to score, and the Yankees take over a 1-0 lead on Kubek's ground single to center field, scoring Richardson from second base. The Yankees won, and the Pirates nothing. Kubek picks up his first run batted in of the series.
Gil McDougall.
1 out, Kubek at first, and now Gil McDougall, who carried the count 3-2 against Bob Friend in the first inning, and then was called out on strikes. Friend has fanned 4 so far this afternoon, has issued but 1 walk, and it has proved most costly. The pitch coming down to McDougall is a ball outside. In 7 trips to the plate in the series so far, Kubek has hit safely 5 times. 3 yesterday, and he's 2 for 2 this afternoon. Pitch to McDougall. Swing, ground ball up the third base side. It's going to be a fair ball beyond the Hoke out at the left field corner. It's in foul territory now. On his way to third is Kubek. They're going to send him home. And on down to second base goes Gil McDougall. And the Yankees now lead it by a score of 2-0. McDougall hit a ground ball sharply beyond the outstretched glove of third baseman Don Hoke. And when it got down into the deep left field corner, it was in foul territory. Samoli dug it out down there. And Smokey Burgess has gone on down to third base now. And we've got the first rhubarb of the series going, as Burgess is protesting to third base umpire Bogus about the call. And now Danny Murtaugh trots on down there, and he too is going to have a word to say to third base umpire Bogus. Well, Jack, it didn't take long to get the first rhubarb started in game number 2.
No, it didn't, Chuck. Don Hoke started to question the call by Bogus right away. I've just been sitting back here wondering when the first fireworks was going to happen, because this had been a rather calm ball game compared to the explosion of 24 hours ago. By this time yesterday, this ball game was really red hot, and it's burning rather brightly right here now for the Yankees.
Well, Burgess has come on back to the plate now. Danny Murtaugh talking a little bit with Don Hoke. Well, Danny's been a battler all of his life. And he went down to talk to Bogus briefly about that call. I must say it was a very quiet, rather than an animated conversation. No jumping around or arm waving. Murtaugh has stopped now at the mound to talk to Bob Friend on his way to the dugout. And Burgess is on his way up there to join in. Meantime, plate umpire Stevens goes halfway to the mound. Asking the Pirates to keep the ball game moving along. Well, following Kubek's single to drive in Richardson, McDougald had doubled over the bag at third, down into the deep left field corner to drive in Kubek, and now it's the Yankees 2 and the Pirates nothing. The batter is Roger Maris. All ready to go. Maris single to right field in the first inning. The pitch swung on a ground ball down the first base way. Digging it out nicely is Nelson. Here's the race to the bag, and the Pirate first baseman tags up ahead of Maris for the second out of the inning, and down to third on the infield. Out goes Gil McDougald. Unassisted put out at first base by Nelson. 2 out now. Holding third base, Gil McDougald, and stepping in now for the Yankees is Mickey Mantle. Mantle carried the count 3-2 against Bob Friend in the first inning, and then Friend struck him out swinging. Mantle looking for his first hit in the series. Friend into the move now. The pitch coming down to Mantle. Curveball low inside, ball 1. Not wasting any time, goes right to work, delivers another breaking ball. Strike call now to Mantle, 1-1. Looks like another good curve from Bob Friend. Bob throws quite an assortment of pitches. A good curve, screwball, fastball, slider. Now the 1-1 offering to left-hand batting Mickey Mantle. Swing and a foul ball coming back our way. It's going to be out of play among the spectators behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Friend all ready to go. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Mantle is too high, and a ball. 2-2 now to Mickey. The Yankees out in front of the Pirates by a score of 2-0, batting in the top half of the third inning. Yankees 2, Pirates nothing. And the 2-2 pitch is way up high and a ball 3. Joe Gibbon and Clem Labine are at work in the Pirate bullpen down in right field. And the 3-2 to Mantle is inside high and a ball 4. Mantle is on with a second walk of the game issued by Bob Friend. Mantle takes first. Holding third is Gil McDougald. And coming on now is Yogi Berra. Berra against Bob Friend in the second inning. Grounded out to first baseman Nelson and then to the pitcher covering. Yogi Berra playing in left field this afternoon for the Yankees. And Bob Friend in trouble here with 2 out and runners on the corners, first and third. First pitch coming down to Berra. Swing, and there's a long drive down the right field line. It's fading. It's going to be a foul ball. A foul ball way up there. Over the roof in the right field corner. But as they say, just a long strike. Yogi got out in front of the pitch quite a bit too much and yanked it foul. Now Friend ready to go to work again. The 1-strike pitch coming down to Berra. Swing and a high fly ball hit center field way. Bill Verdon should have it without any trouble. Under it now, the center fielder looks up, makes the grab, and that's the final out of the inning. And so for the Yankees in the third inning, they show 2 runs in the inning on 2 base hits. No Pirate errors, 2 men are left. Score at the end of 2.5 innings of play. The Yankees 2, Pirates nothing.
First batter for the Pirates, the center fielder, Bill Burton.
The Pirates have a couple of runs to make up against the Yankees now, who are enjoying a 2-0 lead as Bill Burton leads off in the last half of the third inning. Burton flat out to left fielder Yogi Berra in the first inning. Bob Turley delivers, and Burton takes a pitch outside, ball 1. Burton, a former Yankee, was traded by the Yanks to the Cardinals with pitcher Mel Wright and outfielder Emil Tellinger for outfielder Enos Slaughter in April of 1954. Now the 1-0 pitch is too high to Bill Burton, ball 2. And then Burton found his way over to the Pirates for pitcher Dick Littlefield and outfielder Bobby Del Greco in May of 1956. 2 balls, no strikes to the left-hand batting Pirate center fielder Bill Burton. Bob Turley throws. There's a strike. 2-1 now. Most understandably, Forbes Field is a little quiet right now with the Pirates facing Bob Turley in the last half of the third inning. Pitch is swung on a ground ball right between Turley's legs, but Kubek, the shortstop, to his left, makes the pickup, throws to first in time to get Burton. And that'll be the first out of the inning. That ball may have caromed off the leg. And that's exactly what has happened. Turley gets an assist, the ball caromed off the leg, and then Kubek, going to his left, was able to make the pickup and throw to first. So if you're scoring, it's 1-6-3. Pitcher, shortstop to first. 1 out in the last half of the third inning. The batter is Dick Grote, who grounded out to the second baseman Bobby Richardson in the first inning. Right-hand batting against right-hand pitching. Turley ready to go, throws. Curveball, he got it in there. Strike called. Grote held off, and the pitch was too high. Turley changed up in a curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Grote. Offering coming down to the Pirate captain Dick Grote. Bob Turley delivers. A pitch swung on and fouled out of play on the screen behind the plate, and then off the screen and down among the spectators. Well, Pittsburgh in this wonderful year for the Pirates has become a city of slogans, and we told you yesterday about that Beat 'em Bucks that really caught on. Everywhere you go, there are all kinds of slogans referring to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now the 1-2 pitch coming to Grote. Curveball is too tight, and Dick rocks back out of the way. 2-2. And they've got a lot of placards that they sell the Pirate fans out here. A couple have caught our eye today, walking into the ballpark. Don't give up hope. We've still got hope and smoke. And there are many more. 2-2 to Dick Grote. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, none on, bottom of the third. Swing ground ball. Waiting for it is shortstop Kubek. Grabs the belt high hop. Quick throw to first. He's got him, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Grote is out on the ground ball to shortstop. 2 down now, and the batter will be right fielder Roberto Clemente. The Yankees 2, and the Pirates nothing. 2 out, none on. Pirates batting in the last half of the third. Turley gave up a base hit to Clemente in the first inning. Pitch coming down is a ball low and outside to the right-hand batter. Now Howard pumps up the sign, and Turley throws. Swing and a ground ball hit down the third base side. Charging in comes McDougal, makes the pickup in fair territory at the bag, and there is no throw, and Clemente is on with another infield hit. A slow roller chopped down the third baseway. McDougal came in and looked as though he were going to let it roll, and then realized at the last moment that it was not going to roll foul, picked it up standing on the bag, and had no throw. So Clemente is on with his second hit. And that brings up Rocky Nelson, who in the first inning went out on a ground ball to second baseman Bob Richardson. So with the Yankees leading 2-0, the Pirates now have the tying run at the plate in the person of Nelson. Turley all ready to go now. Checks Clemente at first base and delivers. Slow curveball, but it fails to come in. Ball one. Here. Now he's ready to go. 1-0 pitch coming down to Rocky Nelson. It's high and outside. Ball two. We mentioned that Nelson had some great years in the minor leagues with Montreal of the International League in 1954. He had 31 home runs, knocked in 94. The next year, he had 37 home runs and drove in 130. With Toronto in 58, he had 43 home runs and knocked in 120. 2-0 to Nelson. Swinging a fly ball down the alley in right center field. Mantle moving to his left is getting there, and the center fielder hauls it in for the final out. So the Pirates in the last half of the third show no runs, 1 hit. No errors, a man left. Score at the end of 3 complete. Yankees 2, Pirates nothing. Bill Skowron leads off for the New York Yankees in the top half of the 4th inning. Yankees out in front of the Pirates by a score of 2-0. Skowron against Bob Friend, his first time up in the 2nd inning, went down swinging. Pitch coming down to Skowron, swinging a foul ball back on the netting behind the plate. Strike one to Bill. A couple of Purdue men facing each other right now. Skowron at the plate, and up on the mound, Bob Friend. Skowron swings, and there's another foul ball on the screen behind the plate. 2 strikes to Bill Skowron. This city has waited a long, long time for a pennant. 33 years, and they are making the most of it. And their hospitality is as great as it could possibly be. Now the 2-strike pitch to Bill Skowron. Curve and a strike 3 is called. Skowron is out for looking. Strikeout number 5 for Bob Friend in the ball game this afternoon. And here now comes Elston Howard. Elston took a 3rd strike called in the 2nd inning. Friend all ready to go now into the move, and the first pitch coming down to Howard is a strike call. The Yankees 2, the Pirates nothing. Yankees batting top half of the 4th inning, swinging a foul ball out of play over the roof down the first base side. 2 strikes to Howard. And the 2-strike pitch coming down to Elston Howard. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Number 6 for Bob Friend. 6 strikeouts for Friend, 2 out now, and the batter is Bobby Richardson. It was Richardson who opened the 3rd inning for the Yankees with a leadoff walk. And then Turley sacrificed him to second base, and Kubek promptly knocked him in with a single to center field. Then McDougal doubled, and Kubek scored, and the Yankees lead 2-0. Ground ball hit right back through the middle. It's over the bag at second, on through to center field. Base hit for Bobby Richardson. A 2-out single to center field by Richardson. And the batter now will be the Yankee hurler, Bob Turley. Turley was called upon to sacrifice in the 3rd inning and did so. Moved Richardson down to scoring position, and then Kubek knocked him in.
Next batter is the pitcher, Bob Turley.
Turley, a powerfully built right-handed batter. With a quick look checks on Richardson over there at first base. The Pirate right-hander sets at the belt. Now kicks and throws a strike. Good quick breaking ball over the outside corner at the letters. Strike one to Bob Turley. Turley years ago was quite a fastball pitcher and was known as Bullet Bob. Today he seems to rely more on the breaking stuff. Now the one-strike pitch coming to Bob Turley. It's down low, and it gets right on by Burgess. Here goes the runner down to second base. The throw going to second is slide. He is safe at second base. The ball got about 8 or 10 feet behind Burgess. He made a rapid recovery and a good throw to shortstop Dick Grote, covering at second base, but Richardson was able to slide under the tag, and the official scorer has ruled a passed ball against catcher Smokey Burgess. A passed ball. The count, 1 ball and 1 strike to Bob Turley. The 1-1 offering to Turley. He swings a fly ball hit out on the alley in left center field. Going hard is Bill Burden. He can't get there. Drops in for the base hit. And here comes Richardson home with the 3rd Yankee run. Turley singles in the alley in left center field to drive in another Yankee run. It's Yankees 3 and the Pirates nothing. Season for the Yankees, hit .073. He had but 4 base hits and 55 trips. And Jack Quinlan reminds that he also had but 1 run batted in all year. Well, he just knocked in an important run now, and the Yankees lead by a score of 3-0 as Kubek steps in against Bob Friend. Swing and a fly ball, well hit, deep to left. Back on the ball goes Simoli. He's getting in position now under it, and he makes the catch for the final out. But the Yankees pick up 1 more run in this inning on 2 base hits. No Pirate errors, a man left, and the score at the end of 3 1/2 innings of play, the Yankees 3, the Pirates nothing. Gino Simoli leads off for the Pittsburgh Pirates. We have the last half of the 4th inning, and the hometown fans here at Forbes Field now are trying to work up a little bit of enthusiasm, see if they can spark their hometown Pirates to a rally. Ralph Simoli against Bob Turley in the 2nd inning drew a base on balls. And finally got all the way around to third base when a little bit later, after 2 men had been retired, Burgess popped out and Hope flied out. Mazeroski doubled down the left field line. But the Pirates were unable to get the run in. The Yankees are out in front of the ball game by a score of 3-0. The Yanks have 3 runs on 6 base hits, and the Pirates have yet to score and have 3 base hits. And Clemente has 2 of those. The other Pirate base hit belongs to Bill Mazeroski. Down in the Pirate bullpen, in the right field corner, Fred Green is beginning to loosen up. Tall, lean left-hander, Fred Green. He and Elroy Face shared the bullpen duties for the Pirates this year. Now here's Simoli facing Bob Turley in the last half of the 4th inning. Yankees 3, Pirates nothing. And Turley all ready to go. First pitch coming down to Gino Simoli. It's low and outside. Ball 1. Simoli, Burgess, and Hoke are the scheduled 3 batters in the Pirate half of the 4th inning. And the 1-0 pitch coming down to Gino Simoli. Turley throws. It's a strike call. He got the good fastball over the outside corner at the letters. 1-1 to Gino Simoli. In the ball game in left field for the Pirates this afternoon, replacing the injured Bob Skinner, who jammed a thumb in yesterday's ball game. Thumb on the left hand. Pitch coming to Simoli. Swing line drive off into right field, in for the base hit. Harris moving to his left, fell down momentarily, fielding the ball. However, it didn't get away from him, so Simoli opens the Pirate half of the 4th inning with a line single to right field. Brings up Smokey Burgess. Burgess, in his only trip to the plate against Turley this afternoon, popped out to second baseman Bob Richardson. And now there there's a little more life and enthusiasm at Forbes Field. With none out and Somoli at first base, here's Burgess. Bob Turley ready to go. He throws. Burgess looks and a strike is called. Good curveball came slipping in on Burgess. Strike one. Strike pitch coming down to Burgess. Another curve. This one's too low, and the count is 1-1. The Yankee outfield swung pretty well around toward right field against Burgess. And there's a big alley for Burgess to shoot at out over the head of the shortstop Kubek, off toward the center and left center. And if he hits one over the head of third baseman Gil McDougald, he might be running for a little while. Berra's well around in the left center. Pitch coming down to Burgess. Swing ground ball by the first baseman. Base hit into right field. Down to second, Somoli. He's going to go to third. And here's Mara's throw coming in. It is off the mark, and Somoli is safe at third base on the Burgess single to right field. And the Pittsburgh Pirates now have lit the spark in the last half of the fourth inning, with runners on the corners at first and third, and none out. They trailed the Yankees by a score of 3-0. And now Don Hope will see what he can do about continuing the rally that's been started by Pittsburgh. Hope, line out to center field. His only trip up in the second inning. Somoli, the runner at third base, on at first base, Burgess. Back-to-back singles. And the first pitch coming down to Don Hope. Low on the ball. Throw was just about on time, and there might have been a play on Somoli at third base, but his throw was a little bit off the left field side of the bag at third. In other words, McDougald had to go a couple of steps down the line toward left to make the grab. Now the 1-0 pitch coming down to Don Hope. The Yankee bullpen heats up. Pitch coming to Hope. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. It's going to be a fair ball into the deep right field corner. That'll score Somoli. On his way to third goes Burgess. Down to second goes the runner. He dives in under the throw and is safe at second base. To recover. That scored Somoli without any trouble whatsoever. Burgess, the little round man, kept wheeling right along all the way to third, and Hope, gambling, went flying for second base. The throw to the second baseman Richardson was then relayed to Kubek, and Hope went diving in head first under the throw with a double. This is the second World Series hit for Don Hope. In 1955, he had 1 for 3 in 3 games with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And he picks up a run batted in. Stengel has gone to the mound, and now he is going back to the Yankees dugout. Bill Stafford and Luis Arroyo, right-hander Stafford, left-hander Arroyo, are warming for the Yankees in the bullpen in left field. None out of the inning. Yankees 3, Pirates 1, tying runs at second and third. Burgess at third, Hope at second, and Bill Mazeroski the batter. Bill doubled down the left field line in the second inning. In yesterday's ball game, in the fourth inning, he had a 2-run home run. And he now faces Bob Turley with none out. Runners at second and third in the Pirate half of the fourth inning. And Forbes Field has suddenly come to life. Turley with his work cut out for him now, facing Mazeroski. The long look for the sign. Now Turley steps off the rubber and looks quickly out toward left field. And then another look over to check on Burgess at third. And now Mazeroski backs out of the box. That is baseball's old waiting game. Turley made Mazeroski wait, so Bill's going to make Turley wait. Now Maz steps in. Turley is still staring, hasn't made a move. Now he leans into the windup. And the first pitch coming down to Mazeroski is a curve blowing outside, ball one. One ball, no strike to Mazeroski. Pirate runners at second and third. Burgess at third, Polk at second. The pitch. Swing and a miss as Shirley gave him that slow, dipsy-do curveball. 1-1 to Mazeroski. Three straight hits. And the score is now Yankees 3, Pirates 1. None out in this last half of the fourth inning. Waiting now the 1-1 pitch to Mazeroski. Shirley into the move. Here's the pitch. Third misses outside. 2-1 to Mazeroski. 2 balls, 1 strike. Shirley taking a lot of time between these pitches, and, well, you can understand his determination. 2 balls, 1 strike to Bill Mazeroski. The Yankee right-hander throws. Curved him, ground ball, line drive caught by third baseman McDougal. A line drive into the glove of third baseman McDougal for the first out of the inning. Pirate runners standing right on the bag, no chance for Yankee double play. Mazeroski hit a screamer right smack at McDougal, and Gill caught the ball, went down on both knees, and had no chance of doubling the runner Burgess at third, nor the runner Polk at second base. Let's see what will happen now with 1 out and runners at second and third. Bob Friend is scheduled to bat, but he is not going to be the hitter. This will be Gene Baker. Baker in 33 games on the season with the Pirates, hit for an average of 243.
Number 16, Gene
37 at-bats and 9 base hits. Baker is batting now for Bob Friend. Dean, a right-handed swinger. 1 out in the inning. Mazeroski hit the ball right on the button, but it was a line drive right into the glove of Gil McDougal, the third baseman. He didn't have to move left nor right. Caught it letter high, right in the middle of the chest. So that's the first Pirate out. And now here's the pinch hitter, Gene Baker. Right-hand batter facing Bob Turley. 1 out of the inning, and Turley all ready to go to work. First pitch to Baker. This is a strike call. A good fastball from Turley. Baker broke into the big leagues as the double play partner for Ernie Banks of the Chicago Cubs. 1 strike to Baker. Pirates with the tying runs at second and third. Turley delivers a ball outside. 1-1 to Baker. Time called momentarily by second base umpire Shylock. Bobby Richardson putting sunglasses on. There was a little bit of glare, no sunshine, but up behind those clouds it's just a little bit bright. Got a thin layer of cloud over Forbes Field right now. Yankees 3, Pirates 1. Pirates threaten here in the last half of the fourth inning. And the fans are getting on Turley a little bit because he's working kind of slowly. The 1-1 is swung on and a high fly ball popped up off the first base side of the infield, backpedaling his second baseman Richardson under it, and he makes the grab for the second out of the inning and then runs the ball back toward the infield, and the runners hold. Baker pops out to Richardson. 2 out, and the batter will be the center fielder Bill Verdon. Bill had 1 hit in 3 trips in yesterday's opening game and is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Flied out to left and went out pitcher to the shortstop to the first baseman. It went right back between the legs of Bob Turley, caromed off his leg to shortstop Kubek, who threw him out. So Bob Friend is out of the ball game now, and we'll have a new Pirate hurler as we go to the top of the 5th inning. But still baseball to be played here. fourth with Bill Verdon facing Bob Turley. Turley all ready to go now. The pitch is a good breaking ball. A slow curve that came in on Verdon. Strike is called. One-strike pitch coming down to left-hand batting Bill Verdon. Turley into the move now, and the big, strong Yankee right-hander delivers a curveball swung on, a fly ball down the left field side. It's fading. It's a foul ball down on the Yankee bullpen. 2 strikes to Verdon. In recent years, the slider has become a very popular pitch in baseball, and many pitchers use it with a good deal of success. Turley is one of the successful pitchers in baseball today who does not rely on the slider. He'll throw it, but infrequently. Two strikes to Bill Verdon. 2 out. Last half of the 4th inning. Yankees 3, Pirates 1. And the Pirates trying to further this threat. Turley into the move. 2-strike pitch coming to Verdon. High pop foul behind the plate. Here comes Elston Howard. I don't know whether he has a shot or not. It appears it'll be on the screen and is on the screen, out of play. 2 strikes to Bill Verdon. Three to 1. Yankees over the Pirates. Pirates took the opener yesterday, 6-4. And the Yankees battling to get even today. Yankees leading 3-1 have 6 base hits. The Pirates also have 6. Picking up 3 in this inning and 1 run. And now the 2-strike pitch coming to Verdon. Turley throws. He curved him, misses outside with a ball. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Bill Verdon. Turley about all ready to go again. Rocks into the wind. The pitch coming down is outside, 2-2. And you can hear that sigh of relief from the Pirate fans here at Ford Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. 1 run in for the Pirates. Yankees in front, 3-1 in this last half of the 4th inning. Turley trying to work his way out of a big jam. And the Yankee right-hander into the move now. 2-2 pitch to Verdon. Ground ball sharply hit right towards Richardson. Comes up in a belt-high hop, and the Yankee second baseman throws to first in time to get Verdon for the final out of the inning. The Pirates 1 run, 3 base hit. No Yankee errors. 2 men are left. Score at the end of 4 complete. The Yankees 3, Pirates 1. Fred Green, a tall, string-bean left-hander, comes in now to take over the pitching chores vacated by Bob Friend, who worked the first 4 innings, allowed 6 hits, walked 2, struck out 6, and charged with 3 runs. Green is on the mound, and the first batter to face him is Gil McDougall. The left-hander throws, low and inside, ball 1. Green appeared in 45 games for the Pirates this year, all in relief. And he compiled a record of 8 victories, 4 defeats, and an earned run average of 3.21. And a ball is outside now to Gil McDougall. Southpaw Fred Green. Made 5 straight relief appearances in July in which he pitched 10 innings without giving up a run. This is but his 2nd year in the big leagues. Now the 2-0 pitch to Gil McDougall. It's too tight, and McDougall skips back out of the way. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to the Yankee leadoff batter in the top of the 5th, McDougall. Ball 4 almost hits him low and inside, and Green indicates to Burgess that he'd rather have another baseball to work with. So Green coming on, replacing Bob Friend. Walks the first batter to face him. That's the third walk issued by the Pirate pitchers this afternoon. 2 by Friend, and now this one by Green. And now the Yankee right fielder, Roger Maris. Maris singled in the first inning and went out unassisted to first baseman Nelson in the third. McDougald is on with a walk. And here's Maris. Lanky Fred Green. The southpaw throws, and Maris looks. A strike is called. George Witt is throwing in the Pirate bullpen. Right-hander George Witt. Green looking down to Burgess to pick up on the sign. McDougald scampers out to his lead at first base. The one-strike pitch to Maris. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. These left-handers have answered to a lot of names in baseball. Nicknames: southpaw, court-sider, crooked arm, lynxer. And I guess there have been a few hitters that have perhaps had other words. Now the 2-strike pitch to Maris is fouled in the dirt behind the plate. It looked like Roger was trying to check the swing and couldn't quite get the bat out of the way. 2 strikes to Roger Maris. 1 for 2 this afternoon, and in the opener, Raj had 3 hits and 4 trips. Now McDougald backing out to a lead at first base. Green, the left-hander, throws another foul ball. Is hit off the box seat railing on the third base side in the same manner. Maris turning away from an inside offering, and the ball hit the bat and caromed foul. 2 strikes to Roger Maris. Yankees 3, Pirates 1. None out in the Yankee half of the 5th inning, top half of the 5th. McDougald, the runner at first base, and now the 2-strike pitch coming down to left-hand batting Maris. It's low and a ball, a little outside. 1 and 2 now to Roger. Very carefully into the stretch, sets and throws. He pitches low again. Ball 2. 2 and 2 to Maris. Well, the Yankees scored 2 of their 3 runs in the third inning. Kubek and McDougald providing the punch to drive in both 2 runs, and then pitcher Bob Turley singled to drive in the Yankee 3rd run in the 4th. And the Pirates got their only run in that 4th inning. And now the 2-2 to Maris is too low for a ball 3. Well, 3 and 2 to Maris. Green, normally an excellent control pitcher for a left-hander. In 70 innings this year with the Pirates, he walked but 33 batters, struck out 48. But of course, there's something a lot different about a World Series game. 3-2 to Maris, swinging a foul ball out of play behind the plate. And the count rides on. 3 and 2 to Maris, who makes his home out in Raytown, Kansas, which is also the hometown of another pretty good hitter in the American League, Senator outfielder Bob Allison. Now the 3-2 to Maris. Here it is. Swinging a foul ball in the dirt behind the plate. So the count continues. Mickey Mantle in the on-deck ring, watching every move of the Pirate southpaw Green. Infield up a couple of steps in double play depth. And Nelson tight to the bag at first. McDougald out to the lead. 3-2 to Maris. Ground ball sharply hit. Nelson has it. They go to second base. That's the 4th out. Now back to first. Not in time. Green couldn't find the bag ahead of the charging runner Maris, and it will be just a force at second base. From first baseman Nelson to the shortstop Grote. Grote's return throw to the pitcher Green, covering at first, was not in time. And Maris was able to beat it out, avoiding the double play.
batter is the center fielder.
It looked like Green took a second look and reached again for that bag, and in that split second, Maris crossed the bag. So 1 out. And Maris holding first base, and now here's Mantle as a right-hander against the left-handed Fred Green. Yankees 3, Pirates 1. And the Yankees working in the top half of the fifth. Green throws, swing, and a foul ball is out of play. Strike one to Mantle. Whereas yesterday afternoon's ball game, the opener was an explosive game that just erupted in the very first inning. This afternoon, they've been kind of just grinding it out. Now the Yankees lead 3-1. 1 out, Maris at first, pitch to Mantle, swing and a miss. And I mean, he almost swung himself off his feet. Mantle with a vicious cut. 2 strikes. Green now taking a long look out towards center field. And the Bucks left-hander now picking up the sign from Burgess. He's ready to go. There's Maris with his lead at first base. The set, the pitch. Inside to Mantle and a ball. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Mickey Mantle. 1 away in the Yankee half of the fifth inning. And now Green about all ready to go. Into the set, he throws a ball just off the corner, and Burgess is most unhappy about that call. He just rocked back and forth a little bit, now walks in front of the plate and lobs the ball to Green. Smokey's looking all over the ballpark for a little help on that call, but it'll stand naturally. 2-2. Yankees 3, Pirates 1. The Yankees at bat here on the top of the fifth. And a count of 2 balls, 2 strikes now to the Yankees' celebrated center fielder, Mickey Mantle. Maris with a pretty good lead at first base, as good as you can get against the left-hander. The pitch is swung on, fly ball hit deep to right. Back goes Clemente, still going, and it is into the seats, a home run for Mickey Mantle. Mantle hit a line drive into right field. Clemente turned his back to the ball the moment it was hit and went straight to the warning track and then gave up as the ball went coursing in about 3 or 4 rows in. Mantle has gotten his first series hit of 1960, and it went all the way. Scoring Roger Maris with a 4th run, and Mantle himself with run number 5. And it's now the Yankees 5 and the Pirates 1. And the batter now will be Yogi Berra. That was Maris' 12th, or rather Mantle's 12th, World Series home run.
Breaking in time with Cooper Snyder and putting only 3 behind Babe Ruth.
Means Mantle now breaks the tie he had with Duke Snyder for home runs in the World Series, and now is 3 behind the great Babe Ruth for his 15 World Series home runs. Here is Yogi Berra now. 1 out, none on. The pitch is a strike call to left-hand batting Berra. Mantle hit a line drive. Went into the right field lower deck about 5 or 6 rows in. Swinging a ground ball sharply hit towards second baseman Mazeroski. He digs it out, throws to first, and that's all for Berra. He is the second out of the inning. 2 down, and the batter will be Bill Skowron.
Next batter, the first baseman, Bill Skowron.
Skowron this afternoon has found Pirate pitching not to his liking. He spanned twice. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Skowron went down swinging in the second inning and was called out on strikes in the 4th. 2 out, none on. Yankees 5, Pirates 1. And Fred Green now working to the Yankee first baseman Bill Skowron. The pitch is swung on, and there's a real blast deep into right center. Back goes Clemente. He seems to have it in range. Out near the warning track, he makes the catch for the final out. And so the Yanks in the top of the fifth inning get 2 runs on 1 base hit. No Pirate errors, none left. And the score at the end of 4.5 innings of play, Yankees 5, Pirates 1. And the Pirates come on in the last half of the fifth inning, trailing the ball game by a score of 5-1. And now it's our pleasure to swing this microphone over to that man from Chicago, Jack Quinlan. Jack?
Thank you very much, Chuck. Here's Grote leading off. He's 0 for 2 against Bob Turley. The Yankees out in front, 5-1 as the Bucks bat in their half of the fifth inning. Turley, big right-hander winding, and the first pitch to the Pirate shortstop is in tight, ball 1. Grote has grounded to second and been thrown out by the shortstop after getting 2 for 4 in the opening game yesterday. 1-0 the count on Grote. Here's the windup and the pitch by Turley. There's a strike right over the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Earlier today, back in the first inning, in the right field bullpen, the Pirates had a left-hander, Vinegar Ben Mizell, warming up. The reason for that, of course, he is slated to be the pitcher in the first game at Yankee Stadium Saturday. Sidearm pitch is hit foul down the left field line out toward the Yankee bullpen. 1-2 the count. Frank Osiak coaching at third, Mickey Vernon at first. Casey Stengel down here in the Yankee dugout, enjoying everything, of course. He's out in front 5-1. Casey's 70 years old or thereabouts, and his varied background includes 3 years at the Western Dental College out in Kansas City. Here's a high curve, a tap foul at the catcher's feet. Stengel says his decision to play baseball for a living is the greatest thing that ever happened to dentistry. A ball and 2 strikes on Grote. He'll be followed here in the bottom of the fifth by Clemente and then Rocky Nelson. Boy, how that Mantle hit that ball in the top of this inning. A blast into the right field seats, hitting right-handed. Here's the windup. 1-2 pitch to Grote. Curve, pop foul. Back here it's going to be into the crowd, out of play. And a new baseball is fired out by John Stevens, the American League umpire who's working behind the plate. 5-1 Yankees, bottom of the fifth. Grote trying to get something started here for the Pirates. They've racked up 6 hits, but only 1 run so far in 4 innings against Turley. Bob, a slow, methodical worker. Now he's winding. Here's the pitch. Sidearm delivery, lined up the middle. A base hit to center field. Hit right past Turley's ears into center field. Here's the throw back to first by Mantle, trying to nail Grote as he rounded first base, but he got back in a hurry. So there's a leadoff single by Grote, his 3rd hit in the series. Hit number 7 by the Pirates off Bob Turley, and it brings up the Pittsburgh right fielder Bob Clemente. He's 2 for 2. A man on first with nobody out here in the last half of the fifth inning. The Yankees out in front, 5-1. Now some of those heavy dark clouds that have been hanging over Pittsburgh all day are starting to float away, and it's beginning to get blue up here to the left, over the left field wall. Pitch to Clemente. Swing and a miss. A throw to first base by Howard. Skowron drops it. Clemente went all the way around, and with such force that he spun right out from underneath his batting helmet as he missed Turley's first pitch. What a cut he had. He's trying to plant one up through the light towers and put it out in Shenley Park. 1 strike on Clemente. The exciting Pirate right fielder. Grote on first. There is nobody out. Here's the stretch. And the pitch by Turley. Curveball, it's inside. It backs him away. 1-1 on Roberto. Rocky Nelson down here to the right, kneeling in the on-deck circle. Elston Howard doing the catching today. The first series game that he's ever caught. He's played other positions. Here's the pitch. A chopper to the shortstop. Might be 2. Kubek to Richardson 1. The flip back not in time to Skowron. They forced Grote, Kubek to Richardson, short to second. But the throwback to Skowron was not in time to double up Clemente, who was flying down that line. So he's on first with 1 gone, and here's Rocky Nelson. Rocky has grounded out and fly deep to Mantle so far. Mickey shading deep over in right center field. Maris is deep in front of the 375 sign. And Yogi Berra, the left fielder, is well off the line. And here is that bright sunshine now finally breaking through. Turley into the stretch, checking the runner over the left shoulder. Here's the pitch to Nelson. It's a curve outside, ball one. Yankees 5, Pirates 1, bottom of the fifth inning. Game 2 of the 1960 World Series from Forbes Field, Pittsburgh. McDougal, Kubek, Richardson, and Skowron around the Yankee infield. Skowron playing behind the runner with a left-handed batter up. Now the pitch to Nelson. Rocky swings and fouls one on the screen up here in front of us. And the count is even a ball and a strike. Tomorrow will be an open date for traveling as the team swing into New York to open up the Yankee Stadium phase of the World Series on Saturday. At the present time, the scheduled pitchers in Game 3 will be left-handers Mizell for Pittsburgh and Whitey Ford for the Yankees. 1-1 the count. Rocky Nelson up. Clemente on first. There's one gone. Groth started the inning with a solid line single to center field, but was forced by Clemente. Now the stretch by Turley. And the Yankee right-hander fires. A curve hit on the ground, a hit to left field between Kubek and McDougal in the hole at shortstop, and Clemente holds at second base. Rocky Nelson hit a shot to the right of Tony Kubek, the Yankee shortstop. And there's another base hit, sending Clemente to second base. Runners at first and second with one out now. Hit number 8 by the Pirates off Bob Turley. It brings up the left fielder Gino Cimoli. A perfect day, a walk and a single. Yogi Berra has just been tossed a set of sunglasses by the left field umpire, Stan Landis, out there, and we're going to get some activity in the New York bullpen out here in left field. It's going to be Coates and Arroyo. Or Stafford. Phil Stafford, a right-hander, and Louis Arroyo, a southpaw, throwing now in the Yankee bullpen. Fans starting to talk it up now. They have runners at first and second with one gone in the bottom of the fifth, and they're trailing the Yankees 5-1. The stretch by Turley. And now Turley backs off the rubber. Cimoli is a hitter who has a habit of creeping in the batter's box as the pitch is being made. He walks up toward the plate. He's a very good right field hitter, and that's the way the Yankee defense is set, playing him to hit that ball to right. Clemente at second leads away. Rocky Nelson away from first with a good lead. Now Turley ready to throw. The first pitch to Cimoli is a strike. Right around the belt. 0-1. Gino was born and raised out in San Francisco. Still makes his home there. Broke in with the Dodgers. Played with the Cardinals and then came to the Pirates. This season, 1960, the first time in 4 years that Cimoli has failed to hit at least one home run. He didn't hit any all year. He drove in 28 runs. Here's a swing and a foul ball back to the screen on a curveball. And it's 0-2. Berra in left, Mantle in center, Maris in right. The ball game in the bottom of the fifth. Pittsburgh trying to get something started. They have runners at first and second with one gone. And 2 strikes on the batter, Gino Cimoli. Burgess on deck. Turley has gone all the way against 2 Pirate pitchers, Bob Friend and Fred Green. Turley looking in. He's a slow worker, has his sign from Elston Howard. Now the 0-2 pitch to Cimoli on the way. Swinging a fly ball, pretty well tagged to right center. Here's Roger Maris going back. He makes the catch on the run. Clemente tags at second. He's heading for third, and he goes in standing up. That ball was well hit by Cimoli to the opposite field, and Roger Maris went back to deep right center and hauled it down for the second out in the inning. After the catch, Clemente tagged and went to third, so the Bucks have runners on first and third with 2 out, and here's Burgess. Smokey has popped up and singled to right field. The Yankees 5, the Pirates 1 here in the last of the fifth. Smokey. Short, stockily built, but a dangerous man up there with that bat. A great pinch hitter, and always dangerous when he's in the starting lineup. Here's the pitch. Curveball, it's outside. 1-0. Elston Howard takes that baseball, steps out in front of home plate, throws it back to the New York pitcher. Well, the heavy clouds are leaving us finally after a morning that was threatening. It rained along about 12:30 for just a few minutes. Want to know the count. Burgess waits. Here's the pitch from Turley. Curve, it's low and away. Ball 2, no strikes. Yankees scored 2 runs in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. The Pirates got their lone run in the bottom of the 4th inning. They trail the Yankees 5-1. Runners on first and third, 2 gone in the last half of the 5th inning. Now Turley ready again. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Burgess swings and pops it up on the right side of the infield. Here's the catcher Howard down the line. Skowron's there, and Skowron grabs the ball in fair territory about halfway down the line from first base to the plate. And it retires the Pirates in the 5th. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 bucks are left on. And at the end of 5, it's the New York Yankees 5 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 1. The ground crew here at Forbes Field has just finished dragging the infield. We go to the top of the 6th inning with Elston Howard leading off for the New York Yankees. Howard has been up twice and struck out both times. That was against Bob Friend. He hasn't looked at Fred Green yet. Here we go, top of the 6th. Yankees out in front 5-1. Pirates won yesterday's ball game, and the New Yorkers are trying to even the series with a victory today. Green delivers, and Howard swings and fouls one back here into the crowd behind the plate. Strike 1. Somoli in left, Burden in center, Clemente in right. Around the infield, it's Hoke, Grote, Mazeroski, and Nelson. Yankees have always had a habit of cashing in on the talents of ex-National Leaguers at series time, and of course, the key examples include fellas like Johnny Mize and Enos Slaughter. Here's a curve, well hit to center field. Bill Burden on the run. He's going back. He's near the wall at the light tower. He can't get it. It's off the wall. The right fielder Clemente's up with the ball. Here's Howard around second on his way to third, and he goes in standing up. Bill Burden crashed into the wall at the 436 sign right next to the big light standard in right center field. He failed to come up with that ball, and it was a long triple. Well hit by Howard. A tremendous drive by the New York Yankees catcher, Elston Howard. There's hit number 2 off Fred Green, and it brings up the Yankee second baseman, Bobby Richardson. Oh, that ball was hit. A long triple over the head of Burden. He leaped and went into the vines at the light standard, but the ball was up over his head for 3 bases by Elston Howard. Here's Bobby Richardson now. He has walked and singled and scored 2 runs. The Yankees lead 5-1. We're in the top of the 6th inning. The Pirate infield is going to play in tight, hoping for a play at the plate on the man at third base. The pitch to Richardson. Here's a hit, a solid shot to left field that scores Howard. Up with the ball in front of the scoreboard of Somoli. Bobby Richardson digs for 2. The throw, he's in standing up a double. It is 6-1 in favor of the Yankees as Bobby Richardson doubles down the left field line. Well, Levine is a fellow who started the season with the Los Angeles Dodgers, went to Detroit, was released by the Tigers in the American League, and then the Pirates signed him, and he did himself a very good job with the Pirates this year. Clem was in 15 ball games for Pittsburgh. Won 3, lost none, had an earned run average of 1.49. Levine has been in 4 World Series. In 1953 with Brooklyn, in 55 with Brooklyn, in 56 with Brooklyn, and last year with the Dodgers. He has been in a total of 10 ball games, winning 2 and losing 2 in those various World Series appearances. He's taking his warm-up tosses now. Moment, Turley will come back here to the plate. As the pitching change was made, Turley went back into the Yankee dugout at third base. And Levine now is on the mound taking a few warm-up throws, and while he was doing that, Turley had gone back and was parked on the Yankee bench here in the third base dugout at Forbes Field. A triple by Elston Howard over the center fielder's head started off the Yankee 6th inning. Bobby Richardson then doubled him home, and the New Yorkers lead by a score of 6-1. Labine is all set. He has finished his allotted warm-up tosses, and stepping in is Bob Turley, the Yankee pitcher. Sacrificed in the third, singled and drilled home a run in the fourth inning for New York. Labine has the sign into the stretch. The glance back. Grote cuts in behind Richardson. The pitch is made, and Turley bunts foul off here to the right over to the first base box seat railing, right in front of where the National League president Warren Giles is seated. One strike on Bob Turley. Man at second. There is nobody out. Labine again ready into the stretch. Here's Grote sneaking in behind the runner, then going back to his shortstop position. Here's a ball high, gets by Burgess. Here's the runner racing for third, and he goes in easily. Now let's see what they call that. It's a pass ball. That is the second pass ball that's been charged to Smokey Burgess, the Pirate catcher today. A high inside pitch that Turley ducked away from. Burgess got his mitt on the ball, but he couldn't hang on. Cletus Boyer now has begun to loosen up out here in the Yankee bullpen, down the left field line. 1-1 on Bob Turley. Now, again, the Pirate infield is going to come in and play shallow. Hoke is in at the bend of the grass at third. Grote will be just a few steps off the grass at short. Mazeroski very shallow at second, and Rocky Nelson in tight at first. A ball and a strike on Turley. The windup, and here's the pitch. He's going to try to bunt, and he does foul off to the right. Ball one and strike two. Hoke was really charging that time. He was right on top of the plate when the pitch was made. Yankees leading 6-1 here over the Pirates in the top half of the sixth inning. Turley, not a great hitter during the year, batted .073, but he had a big hit and an RBI in the fourth inning. Here's a swing and a chopper to the mound. Labine leaps and spears it, holds the runner at third, and pegs to first. He's out. Nice play by Labine. He leaped off the mound, speared that chopper in the webbing of his glove, took a look at the runner on third, Richardson, and Bobby was staying right where he was in a safe place at third, and then Labine fired the ball to Rocky Nelson in time to get Turley. So there's one out. Man on third, and here's Kubek, who's gone 2 for 3. Singled in the first, singled in the third, and scored a run, and drove one in. And he flied out to left field his last time up. The infield still in with one out. Pitches outside to Kubek, ball one. Tony, a big fella, he's a native of Milwaukee. Stands 6'3", left-handed batter. Richardson is on a third. There's one out. The ball game in the sixth, the Yankees lead 6-1. Labine winding. He fires. They swing a ground ball to short. The runner's going to have to hold up again. Grote boots it. Then he can't make a play anywhere. Grote took his eye off the ball, looked at the runner at third, and it's an error on Dick Grote, and Kubek is on first base. Richardson remained at third. What happened that time, a little slow roller was hit to Grote, who was playing shallow at short, and as Dick took his eye off the ball and sneaked a peek at the runner on third, thinking that Richardson might have ideas of coming in, he lost possession of the ball. He picked it up, but he dropped it again, and everybody was safe. Richardson remained on third. Kubek is on first base. There's still only one out, and here's McDougal. Gill has struck out, doubled, and walked. Labine fires a ball that's low and outside. 1-0. A run is in for the Yankees in the sixth. They have runners on first and third. One out. Samoli in left, Burden in center, Clemente in right. The stretch by Clem Labine. The pitch to McDougal. The swing and a line drive to left field. Samoli coming on. He's not going to be able to get the ball. It's a hit. It drops in front of him. Richardson scores, and Kubek goes to second and stops there. Another hit by Gil McDougal to single into left field. That run is charged to Fred Green. It's a 7-1 ball game now in favor of the Yankees.
Batter is the right fielder.
Hit number one off Labine. And the 10th Yankee hit of the ball game. They are now out in front by a score of 7-1. Here's Roger Maris. 1 for 3 with a run scored. Left-handed batter waits. Here's the pitch. A ball is low. More action down here in the Pirate bullpen. Tom Chaney, a right-hander, warming up. And George Witt is going to join him. Here's the stretch, the pitch to Maris. A ball that's outside. It's 2-0. About
Cheney sits down, and Witt is joined by a left-hander, Joe Gibbon. Roger Maris, the batter. Yankee runners on first and second, 1 out. They've scored 2 runs here in the 6th inning to lead the Pirates 7-1. Pitch, a swing and a miss. He went all the way around. 2-1. Mantle on deck. Game 2. The fans here at Forbes Field, for the most part, except for back in the 4th inning, have been comparatively quiet because it's been mostly the Yankees putting on the show today. Here's a ball that's outside. 3-1 on Roger. Ball 3, strike 1 on Maris. Kubek at second, McDougald on first, and 1 away. Labine ready. Pirate veteran right-hander is set, the hands to the waist, and the 3-1 pitch. Maris takes ball 4. The bases are loaded. He walked him. That is the 4th walk issued to the Yankees, number 1 given up by Labine. It moves Kubek to third. McDougald goes to second. Roger Maris is on first base, and here is Mickey Mantle, who hit a tremendous home run, batting right-handed, back in the 5th inning. A 2-run homer into the right field lower deck. Mantle also has walked and struck out today. He'll bat left-handed against Clem Labine. Bases full and 1 gone in the top of the 6th. The Pirates trailing here by a score of 7-1, and the Yankees are threatening to get more. Labine looks in to get the sign from Smokey Burgess. The windup by Clem. Here's the pitch to Mantle on the way. It's a strike, hit the outside corner at the knees. 0-1. Frank Cressetti down here coaching at third, talking it up, clapping his hands. He's had a merry old time this afternoon, waving those Yankee runners around. Here's the pitch to Mantle. He takes a ball outside. First 2 pitches by Labine have been away from Mickey, but the first pitch got the outside corner. Mantle, the blockbuster from Oklahoma. A ball and a strike on him. Labine, the second pitcher used in the inning. Green started, got into trouble. And he was taken out, and Clem came on. 1-1 to Mantle. Swing at a curveball. He missed it. Strike 2. 1-2 on Mickey. Bases full, 1 out. Top of the 6th, and the Yankees out in front, 7-1. They play Mantle pinched in toward center field. Here's a ball that's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They're giving Mickey both foul lines. Left fielder Simoli shaded over toward left center. And Clemente is well off that right field line, probably 90 feet or so. 2-2 on Mickey. Yankee runners lead away at first, second, and third. The pitch, a strike 3 call. He looked at it, and now he's barking at the plate umpire, Stevens. Mantle is called out on strikes. And he has a few words to say to the plate umpire, John Stevens of the American League, as he walks slowly and very dejectedly back toward the Yankee dugout. So Mickey has struck out for the 2nd time in the ballgame and for the 4th time in the series. Strikeout number 1 by Clem Labine, and the 7th strikeout against the Yankees. Now the bases are loaded with 2 gone, and here's Yogi Berra. He's grounded out twice and hit a short fly ball to center field the other time. Here's the pitch. It's a ball high and away. Ball 1. 2 runs in the top of the 6th. The Yankees out in front, 7-1. The bases loaded, 2 gone. Yogi gave the Pirate fans a scare earlier today when he put one on the roof in right field. Foul. Here's a line drive. Base hit to center field. 1 run scores. Here's the other man coming on. He's going to score. Here's Maris racing for third. He's in safely. A 2-run single by Yogi Berra, and it's 9-1 in favor of the New York Yankees. Berra singled a line drive just out of the reach of Dick Groth, the diving Pirate shortstop. He flew to his left and tried to head that ball off, but he couldn't get to it. And it drives in Kubek from third and McDougald from second base. And the Yankees are now out in front by a score of 9-1. Runs number 1 and 2 off Labine. Hit number 2 off Clem. Here's Skowron now. They batted around. Moose is the 9th Yankee to hit in the inning. Runners at first and third. He swings and misses. A breaking ball, 0-1. Skowron has struck out twice and fly deep to Clemente in right field. 4 runs in. New York leads 9-1. We're in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Skowron checks his swing, and a breaking ball hits the outside corner at the knees. 0-2. 2 strikes on Bill Skowron. Former Purdue football player. Roger Maris is on third. Berra on first and 2 out. Here's the pitch. A curve. It's low and outside. A ball. 1-2. 11 base hits and 9 runs for the Yankees in the ball game, and it's only in the 6th. Here's the stretch. The pitch by Clem Labine. A ball, a slider outside. So the Yankee hitting in both games has been tremendous. 13 hits yesterday, 11 so far today. They're leading by a 9-1 score in the 6th inning. This inning started with a tremendous triple by Elston Howard. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Skowron swings and hammers one deep to left, but it's curving foul. It's going to be out of play up into the bleachers way out in left field. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Time since these Pirates played in the series. Of course, it's old hat to fellows like Skowron and most of the Yankees who've been with this club for a number of years. 2-2 to Moose on the way. Curveball line, left center field, a base hit. Maris scores. Here's Berra rounding second. Yogi's going to try for third, and he's going to make it. Clemente fires the ball into second base. It's another run, and it's now 10-1 in favor of the Yankees. While Skowron singles into left center field, and that brings Danny Murtaugh to the mound. It looks like he may make another pitching change, so we pause 30 seconds for station identification. Right-hander George Witt is being called in by Pirate manager Danny Murtaugh. Clem Labine worked 2/3 of an inning. He allowed 3 runs, 3 hits. He struck out 1 and he walked 1. And George Witt, a tall right-hander, is being called in to replace Clem Labine. Well, Witt is the 3rd Pirate pitcher of this inning and the 4th of the ball game. Labine couldn't get him out. Chuck, the Yankees are making up in runs today what they couldn't get yesterday. They've really been whacking that ball around, especially here in the top of the 6th.
The Yankees this afternoon, though, Jack, looked like the Yankees at the start of the year. They were scoring many runs. And yesterday afternoon, hit the ball very well. And this is the way they finished this year with 15 straight. And, of course, the Pirates stopped that yesterday with their opening game 6-4 win. Speaking of strong finishes at the end of the year and pertaining to World Series, I guess one of the strongest finishes would be the St. Louis Cardinals back in 1942, who really came on, as the expression goes, like gangbusters and won 41 of their last 48 ball games to nip the Dodgers right at the wire. Well, the Yankees finished with 15 straight victories, and though they were held up yesterday by the battling Pittsburgh Pirates, this afternoon they appear to be the Yankees of old, with many base hits and many runs.
So far here in the 6th inning, they've scored 5 times on 5 hits. They've had an error thrown in and also a passed ball earlier. And here's Elston Howard, the Yankee catcher who started the whole thing with a triple over the head of Bill Verdon. So he's up for the 2nd time in the inning. The 10th man to bat for the Yankees here in the top of the 6th. Howard takes a ball from Witt low and outside. Ball 1. Yogi Berra is parked over here on third. Bill Skowron is on first base. It was Skowron's first hit of the ball game. A line shot into left center field that drove in Roger Maris. George Witt, tall, slim right-hander, stretching. And the pitch to Howard. Swing and a miss. A high curveball. He went all the way around. Shakes his head after going around and missing. Slams the bat down on the ground, and he just broke it. He checked the handle to see if anything had happened to it. And for sure, when he slammed the bat handle on the ground, then he had to get a new weapon. He broke it. Gets a new one from the bat boy. 1-1 on Elston Howard. He has tripled and struck out twice. Here's a line drive, another hit to left field. Yogi Berra scores. Skowron goes into second base and holds up. Another run is in, and it's now 11-1 in favor of the Yankees. The second hit in the inning by Elston Howard. Driving in, Yogi Berra from third. The run is charged to Clem Labine. Not that it matters much. The Yankees just want to get the runs. They don't care who they're charged to. It's 11-1 New York in the top of the sixth. Here's Bobby Richardson. He doubled into left field the first time up in this inning. Runners at first and second. Here's a line drive. He hit the center field right past Witt's ear. Here's Skowron rounding third. He's going to score. Verdon fires the ball into Groth, the shortstop. Another run is in. 12-1 in favor of New York. That's the third straight hit for Bobby Richardson and the second one in this inning. A line drive right past the pitcher's head. Skowron scores, and that run is also charged to Clem Levine. 12-1 Yankees. They've scored 7 times in the top of the sixth inning. Here's Bob Turley up for the second time in the inning. He's the 12th Yankee to bat here in the top of the sixth, as the Pirate pitchers just can't get the New York Yankees out here in the sixth inning. First time up in the inning, Turley was thrown out by the pitcher. Here's a curve, a swing, and a high fly ball into left center field. Bill Verdon cruising over, getting under the ball. He makes the catch to retire the side. In the inning, there were 7 runs. There were 7 hits. And there were 2 men left on base. There was 1 error. And at the end of 5.5 innings of play, it is now the New York Yankees 12 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 1. A ball and a strike. Here's the pitch by Turley. Swinging a line drive, left field. It's curving. Here is Kubek racing over. It's a fair ball down the line. Hook rounding first. The Tiger pounds into second base, standing with a double. That is his second double, and it leads off the bottom of the sixth inning and brings back to life the Pirate fans, even though the Bucks are still trailing by 11 runs. That's hit number 9 off Turley. Here's Mazeroski, the Pirate second baseman. He has doubled and lined to third. Hoke at second base, nobody out in the bottom of the sixth inning. Here's the pitch from Turley. It's a ball down low, 1-0. This old historic ballpark, Forbes Field, was the scene of Babe Ruth's last 3 home runs. Here at Forbes Field on May the 25th, 1934, when the Bambino was a member of the old Boston Braves. Now the pitch to Mazeroski. He takes a strike called, 1-1. Strike. Maz waits. Hoke at second. There's nobody out. And here's the pitch. Sidearm delivery. Strike. Hit the outside corner. Ball 1 and strike 2. Those last 3 home runs of Ruth's, incidentally, came in successive times at bat. And the last one cleared the right field roof. He was the first man ever to put one over the roof in right field here. Since that time, Mantle has done it in an exhibition game. Bob Skinner of the Pirates, and Wally Moon did it twice, and so did Ted Beard. Here's the pitch. Curve, hit past the pitcher, it's off his glove. Turns around, picks it up, and throws to Skowron in time. Mazeroski's out. He hit a curveball that rolled up the arm of Turley. He recovered in time. Hoke had to stay at second base. Here's Ducky Schofield now, utility infielder, coming out to pinch hit for the pitcher, George Witt. Schofield is the fellow who did such a capable job of filling in for several weeks in September while Dick Groth was out of action with a broken left wrist. Schofield did a great job not only with the bat, he's a switch hitter, batting left-handed here against Turley, but he covered that shortstop area like a blanket. A man at second, 1 out. Schofield takes a ball inside, 1-0. The Pirates went on top in the National League on June the 2nd, and except for a 1-day interval in late July when they dropped back just by percentage points, they were on top of the National League the rest of the way. 1-0 on Schofield. The pitch by Bob Turley. High and outside, ball 2. Hoke at second, 1 out. The bottom half of the sixth inning. The Yankees lead 12-1. They've out-hit the Pirates 14-9 so far. Turley looks back. See how his defense is set up. Kubek is in left, Mantle in center, and Maris in right. Now the stretch. And the 2-0 pitch. Schofield takes strike call, letter high on the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. The most runs in any one inning in a World Series game came by the Philadelphia A's in the 7th inning in October of 1929 against the Cubs when they scored 10 runs. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a little short fly ball right field. Maris comes on. The ball drops in front of him for a base hit. Roger Maris came on and then held up as the ball dropped in front of him, and it's a pinch single by Dick Schofield, sending Don Hoke to third. There's hit number 10 by the Pirates off Bob Turley. Runners on first and third with 1 out, and here's the top of the batting order. Center fielder Bill Verdon. He's 0 for 3. With a fat lead here, 12-1, but nevertheless, when Schofield dropped that fly ball single into short right field, a couple of members of the Yankee bullpen got up and started to stir around. Verdon has flied out and grounded out twice. Left-handed batter from Missouri. The pitch by Turley, curveball hangs outside, 1-0. Don Hoke, who doubled to start it off, is on third. Schofield is at first with 1 gone. The ball game in the bottom of the 6th, the Pirates trying to battle back. They have a long way to go. They're behind 12-1. Here's the pitch. Verdon swings and pops it foul off to the right. Elston Howard discards the mask. He's under the ball. In front of the screen, he makes the catch, and they're 2 gone. Elston Howard grabbing the foul ball off the bat of Bill Verdon. And it brings up the shortstop and captain of the Pirates, Dick Grote. He's had 1 for 3 today. Only 4 members of the Pirates had ever seen World Series competition up until yesterday. Those 4 are all ex-Dodgers: Clem Levine, Rocky Nelson, Don Hoke, and Gino Cimoli. Now Grote, and it's up to Dick to get the run in from third. That's Hoke at third and Schofield at first. 2 gone now. Bob Turley working slowly, cautiously, trying to get out of it without giving up a run. Here's the pitch. It's a curve, a strike, letter high. Rumors about Casey Stengel's future continue to circulate around Pittsburgh. Some folks say that he definitely will retire at the end of the series and announce it later on. Others say that he definitely will come back and manage at least 1 more year with New York. Here's the pitch on the way. Curve low and outside. Stengel is the only one who knows, and possibly at this late date, Casey hasn't even made up his own mind. If he does decide to quit, he can go back to Glendale, California, and count the money. He's the director of a bank out there. He owns a theater and an office building, and he has some oil wells, so he's not in bad shape. 1-1 pitch. Curveball almost hit him. Inside, 2-1. Or, of course, the Stengels could go on that world tour that his wife Edna would like to see happen. 2-1 the count on Dick Grote. Pirate runners on first and third, 2 gone. In a ballpark that right now is very, very quiet. Here's the stretch. And Turley's 2-1 pitch. Fastball popped up, short right. Here's Roger Maris coming in, cruising in under the ball, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So in the bottom of the 6th inning for Pittsburgh, it's no runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left on base. And at the end of 6 full innings of play, the score is the New York Yankees 12 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 1.
2-4-0 and 22 cents. Each club share 20,000.
The paid attendance today is 37,308, which is 632 more than were out here for the opening ball game yesterday. Well, we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Pirates, a left-hander, Joe Gibbon. He's the 5th used by Danny Murtaugh.
Attention, please. Now pitching for Pittsburgh, number 22, Joe Gibbon. Joe Gibbon. In the Yankee lineup, Maestri will bat second. Boyer will bat fifth.
Joe Gibbon was in 27 ball games for the Pirates this year. He won 4 and he lost 2 with an earned run average of 4.04. Dick Schofield is now playing shortstop, and here's Kubek leading off the top half of the 7th inning. There's the first pitch by Gibbon, and it sails all the way to the screen. Ball 1.
Here is a correction. The batter is the left fielder. Tony Kubek.
Kubek has had 2 for 4. Last time at bat, he was safe on an error. Here's a swing, and he missed the pitch. It's even up. Ball 1 and strike 1. Joe Gibbon, lanky left-hander. He follows Friend, Green, Levine, and Witt to the mound. The windup by Gibbon. 1-1 pitch to Kubek. Sidearm fastball outside. Down around the knees and wide, 2-1. It's a 12-1 ball game in favor of the Yankees. They're at bat in the 7th. Gibbon winding. The 2-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a chopper over the mound. Here's Schofield racing to his left. He can't get the ball. It's up out over second base for another hit for Kubek. His 3rd hit of this ball game and his 6th in the 2 games here at Forbes Field. It's going to bring up the shortstop Joe DeMaestri, a right-handed batter.
The batter is the shortstop, Joe DeMaestri.
Hit number 1 off Gibbon. And the 15th Yankee hit of the ball game. DeMaestri, right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. A strike fastball right over the plate, belt high. 0-1. Joe was with Kansas City a year ago. 6-footer, 170. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, trying to go to right field. Strike 2. Kubek on first. There's nobody out. We're in the 7th inning of Game 2, and the Yankees lead the Pirates 12-1. Hoke at third, Schofield at short, Mazeroski at second, Nelson at first. Big Gibbon into the stretch now, and the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball up against the front of the upper deck, and it drops down into the crowd behind the plate. So it's still 2 strikes on DeMaestri. George Witt was taken out for a pinch batter, and Gibbon is the 5th Pirate pitcher of this ball game. The 0-2 pitch. A swing and a line drive. A base hit to right field by DeMaestri. Kubek goes into second base and holds up, and Clemente fires that ball to Mazeroski on the base. 2 straight hits here by Kubek and DeMaestri have put Yankee runners on first and second with nobody out, and it brings up the right fielder, Roger Maris. Maris has had 1 for 3. A single back in the first. In the 6th inning, he walked and scored a run, was driven in by Skowron. So the Yankees are back at it. They're pecking away again. They have men at first and second, nobody out. In the top half of the 7th, they lead 12-1. Maris swings on an inside curveball. Strike 1. 16 hits by New York. Against 10 by the Bucks. Pitch. Swinging a high foul ball back into the upper deck behind the plate. 2 strikes on Roger Maris. The record for the most hits in any World Series game by the 2 clubs is 29. That was back in 1946, the Red Sox and the Cardinals, October the 10th. 29 hits, combined total, both clubs in 1 World Series game. So far today, there have been 26. Pitch to Maris. Curve up under his chin, a ball. 1-2 on Roger. Kubek at second, DeMaestri on first. There is nobody out. Here's the stretch by Joe Gibbon. And the 1-2 delivery. Curveball, pop foul back here. It's going to go into the crowd behind the plate downstairs. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. The Yankees have been playing long ball here today. They also have some line drive singles, but they've really been tagging that baseball. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop foul off to the left. It's curving back toward the upper deck. And it's still 1-2. New baseball thrown out to the Pirate left-hander. A ball, 2 strikes. Now the stretch. The runner's lead. Here's the pitch to Maris. Strike 3 call. He looked at it on the outside corner, a curveball, and he's called out on strikes. That's the 8th strikeout against the Yankees, number 1 by Gibbon. And with runners on first and second and 1 gone, here's the center fielder, Mickey Mantle. Mantle has batted right-handed only once in this series, and that was in the 5th inning of this ball game, and he hammered a pitcher into the right field lower deck with a man on base. A tremendous blow. He's batting right-handed again against left-hander Joe Gibbon. Besides the home run, Mantle has walked once and struck out twice. Kubek at second, DeMaestri at first, one away. Mickey waits. Here's the pitch to it. Swinging a long smash to center. Here's another wallop way back. Burton back. It is over the center field wall. A ball that cleared the wall at the 436 sign. There's a home run that traveled easily 450 feet. And Mantle has just hit his second home run of the ball game. A tremendous drive over the center field wall, and 3 more runs are in. The Yankees now lead 15-1. Well, Chuck Bean, an announcer in the National League, I don't have too much opportunity to see Mantle. I've heard about his tremendous tape measure shots, but there's one that's got to go down. They must drive a golden spike into Shenley Park out there. That one won't be forgotten for a long time.
Well, Jack, Mantle in the American League, and then I've been associated with the Senators, has offered a few clouts in Griffith Stadium in Washington that they're still talking about. He hit one over the left field bleacher sections, clean out of Griffith Stadium, and that's certainly a hit that no one will ever forget.
Well, that's hit number 3 and runs number 1, 2, and 3 off the pitching of Joe Gibbon. That's the 14th home run. Here's a swing and a pop-up out behind the mound. The shortstop is in. Schofield waiting. He makes the catch. And the batter, Cletus Boyer, is out. The 13th home run for Mickey Mantle in World Series play. Second one today. Cletus Boyer has just popped up to the shortstop Schofield, and there are 2 men gone now. Here's Skowron. Moose has 1 hit. He's been up 4 times. The pitch by Joe Gibbon. A swing and a foul ball lifted up onto the upper deck, and it drops into the 3rd deck on the first base side. 1 strike. Well, the fans here at Forbes Field are still buzzing about the tremendous blast off the bat of Mickey Mantle. Here's the pitch on the way. Skowron takes a strike, 0-2. 2 singles and a home run in this inning off Joe Gibbon. The Yankees lead 15-1 over the Pirates. Mantle has driven in 5 runs with 2 homers today. Ground ball past the pitcher, a hit to center field. Skowron, second straight hit. That's hit number 4 off Gibbon. And the Moose is on first base, 2 out. Mantle has just tied the record of most runs batted in a game of 5, held by Tony Lazzeri of the Yankees in 1936. Bill Dickey of the Yankees in 1936, and Ted Kluszewski of the White Sox in 1959 against the Dodgers. Elston Howard up. He's had a single and a triple and struck out twice. Skowron on first base, 2 gone, 3 runs are in the Yankee 7th. There's a check swing and a ball that's high. Started to go, but he held up. 2-0 on Elston Howard, the Yankee catcher. Here's the stretch. 2-0 pitch. There is a ball that's outside. 3-0. 3-0 on Elston Howard. Here's the stretch. And Joe Gibbon's 3-0 pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. The report from the press box is that Mantle is the first right-handed batter ever to drive a shot over that 436 sign in right center field. It has been done several times by left-handed batters, but Mantle is the first fellow to do it batting right-handed. Here's a chopper right back over the mound. Mazeroski has it, tosses to Schofield for a forced play on Skowron at second base, and it retires the Yankees in the top half of the 7th inning. They scored 3 runs. There were 4 hits. And 1 man was left on base. And at the end of 6.5 innings of play at Forbes Field, it's the New York Yankees 15 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 1.
Which is a World Series record for a single game. 18 runs.
We're going into the last half of the 7th inning, and Roberto Clemente will lead off against Yankee right-hander Bob Turley. He swings and misses the first pitch, and it's strike one.
Right fielder, Roberto Clemente.
15-1, Yankees. The New Yorkers come roaring back here in Game 2 and display the power that led them to the American League pennant. Here's the pitch. Oh, over his head, and he took a whack at it and fouled it back to the screen. Clemente just took a swat at a pitch that was over his head. 0-2. Clemente anxious to get a hold of one. He's had 2 for 3 so far in this ball game. The Pirates with a long way to go. They're trailing 15-1. Here's the pitch. It's a ball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
October 1st, 1959.
Clemente will be followed by Rocky Nelson and then Gino Simoli. The ball game in the bottom of the 7th at Forbes Field. The windup by Bullet Bob. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to center. Here's Mantle racing to his left, getting under the ball. He makes the catch on the run. Mickey Mantle going in toward right center field to grab that blast off the bat of Clemente. And there's 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. It'll bring up the Pirate first baseman Rocky Nelson, who's had 1 for 3, a 5th inning single. Talking about those 5 RBIs that Mickey Mantle has today, which is good enough to tie World Series record. Yogi Berra of the Yankees has driven in 10 runs in 1 series. That was 7 games. Ted Kluszewski set a 6-game World Series record last year with 10 RBIs in 6 games against the Dodgers, 1959. 1-0 on Rocky Nelson with 1 out. Turley winding. Pitch to the Pirate first baseman. Nelson takes a ball. It's outside. 2-0. In Game 3 on Saturday, the scene will be Yankee Stadium in New York. Games 3 and 4. And 5 if necessary. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a hot shot on the ground. The second baseman, Richardson, up with it. He's going to run, underhands the ball to Skowron, and he makes the play. Richardson started a run toward first base, and he flipped that ball, an underhand toss to Skowron, and they're 2 out. It brings up the Pirate left fielder, Gino Simoli. He has walked, singled, and fly deep to right field.
The left fielder, Gino Simoli.
Last half of the 7th inning, the Pirates at bat. Jack Quinlan and Chuck Thompson reporting from Forbes Field, Pittsburgh, the home of the Bucks. Not a very happy home right now as far as these Pirate fans are concerned, and you can understand why. Here's a fly ball into right field. Roger Maris moving over and under, and he makes the play. 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits in the bottom of the 7th inning for Pittsburgh, and the score at the end of 7 is the Yankees 15 and the Pirates 1. Bobby Richardson leads off the 8th inning for the Yankees. He's had a perfect day, a walk, a single, a double, and another single. On the mound is Gibbon, tall left-hander. A ball and a strike to count. 1-1 on Richardson. Fine Yankee second baseman. Here's the pitch by Joe. Swinging a tap to the first baseman, Nelson, on 2 hops. Flips the ball to the pitcher covering the bag, and he is out at first. Nelson to Gibbon, and there's 1 gone in the 8th inning for New York. It'll bring up the pitcher, Bob Turley, whose teammates have made it easy for him today with an 18-hit attack. Turley gets a hand, though, because the fans here at Pittsburgh realize that he has done a tremendous job on the hill. Whitey Ford and Ralph Terry doing a little throwing out here in the Yankee bullpen. Here's the pitch by Gibbon. Turley swings and he misses. Strike 1. He went all the way around. 1 out and nobody on. We're in the 8th. The Yankees lead the Pirates 15-1. Wind up by Gibbon. And the pitch on the way. A swing and a line foul down the right field line and into the seats in right field out beyond the Pittsburgh bullpen. 2 strikes. 0-2. Well, one name usually leaps out to wear the Heroes label in each World Series. Who's it going to be this time? Here's the 0-2 pitch. A ball that's wide. Last year, of course, you recall it was Larry Sherry of the Dodgers. Back in 1956, Don Larson
of the Yankees pitched his perfect game. Afterwards, as a matter of fact, a reporter asked Larson, "Have you ever pitched a better game?" Here's the 1-2 pitch. A ball is wide. 2-2 on Turley with one out. Bob Turley, right-handed batter. Just like any pitcher, he loves to get those base hits. He's up there swinging away, trying to knock one out here. 2-2 pitch to Turley. He swings and misses, and a pitch outside. He struck him out.
We interrupt the ball game for this late word on Schenectady General Electric strike situation. A previous report that General Electric officials would try to break into the picket line at the main gate of General Electric in Schenectady has been described by officials as in error and based on what officials call picket gossip and not fact. The company said the report apparently was a misinterpretation of a request by news media for an interview with GE officials at the plant gate.
Chops one foul off to the right, over against the box seat railing at first base. Eli Gerba is now loosening up along with Ralph Terry in the Yankee bullpen. Here's a swing and a miss by Kubek. He tried to hold up, but his motion carried him more than halfway. 0-2.
The Yankees also scored 7 runs on October 6, 1937.
Bob Friend started this ball game
Third time they scored 7 runs.
about 2 hours and 45 minutes ago, something like that.
Also against the
Here's a swing and a fly ball into left field. Samoli comes on and makes the catch to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down for the New York Yankees in the 8th, and that is the first time since the second inning that they've been retired 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. And the score at the end of 7.5 innings of play is the Yankees 15 and the Pirates 1.
October 2nd, 1936.
We go to the last half of the 8th inning, and Smokey Burgess will lead off for Pittsburgh.
20 hits in the game.
Smokey has had 1 for 3 so far. Bob Turley just cruising along here. Although he's been tagged for 10 hits, he has scattered them effectively, and he has allowed only 1 run, and that was back in the 4th inning on 2 singles and a double. Burgess has popped up twice and singled. Left-handed batter. Here's Bob Turley ready to work on Smokey in the bottom half of the 8th. The pitch on the way. Burgess takes a ball outside. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Curves outside. 2-0. Bob Turley has gone all the way against Friend, Green, Labine, Witt, and Gibbon. 2-0 the count. Polk in the on-deck circle. The wind-up, the pitch by Turley. A ball 3. It's inside. 15-1, the Yankees lead. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Game 2 of the 1960 World Series at Forbes Field. Off day tomorrow for traveling. And back to the wars on Saturday at Yankee Stadium. The 3-0 pitch. A strike right over the plate. Turley has walked only 1 batter. And he hasn't recorded a strikeout yet. 3-1 the count on Smokey Burgess. Here's the windup and the pitch from Turley. There's a ball into the dirt. He walked him to open up the Pirate 8th inning. That's the second walk Turley's allowed. And it brings up the third baseman Don Hoke, who's had 2 doubles in 3 at-bats and the only RBI for the Pirates all afternoon. A right-handed batter with teammate Burgess on first. Nobody out. The pitch is swung on. A well-hit ball to left center. Mickey Mantle racing back. A one-handed catch. Nice play by Mantle going deep into left center field. Reached up and backhanded that shot off the bat of Don Hoke, and there's 1 out. Mantle has really been covering center field all afternoon in good shape.
Batter is the second baseman.
Here's Mazeroski now. He has doubled, lined out to third, and been thrown out by the pitcher. Smokey Burgess on first and 1 away. Bottom of the 8th. Yankees 15, Pirates 1. The pitch to Maz. A swing and a very high fly ball to medium left field. Tony Kubek under the ball waiting. And he's there to make the catch. 2 gone.
Very high fly as Mazeroski got underneath that pitch and hit it straight up into the air in the medium left field. 2 gone, and now here is Ducky Schofield, the shortstop.
Dick Schofield.
He pinch hit in the 6th inning and singled to right field. Remained in the ball game, batting in the pitcher's spot, the number 9 position. Switch hitter batting left-handed against Bob Turley. Burgess on first. He opened the inning with a walk. And still over there with 2 gone. Turley fires a ball outside. 1-0. Tom Cheney, right-hander again, has begun throwing in the Pirate bullpen in right field. The Bucks trailing 15-1 to the New York Yankees in the last of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Schofield takes a pitch over the plate but low. Ball 2. Yankee power exploding here today all afternoon. 15 runs and 18 hits. Here's the stretch by Bob Turley. Checking the runner at first. Here's the pitch. A ball. Smokey Burgess is hopping up and down over there at first base. He very seldom is sent. He's trying to upset Turley, but I don't think Bob is too worried about him with a 14-run lead here in the 8th. Kubek, Mantle, and Maris in left, center, and right. Mickey standing out there with his arms folded in front of his chest. Here's a strike. 3-1 on Schofield. This fellow was a high-price bonus baby with the St. Louis Cardinals for a number of years. Good utility man. He can play second or short, third. 3-1 pitch to Dick. Low. Ball 4. Second walk of the inning and the 3rd walk of the ball game issued by Bob Turley. So it pushes Burgess over to second base. Schofield is on first with 2 gone, and here's Burton. And this fella is looking for his first hit of the ball game. He's 0 for 4. And for the 2 games, he's gone 1 for 8 so far. He is an ex-Yankee farmhand. Bill Burden, one of the outstanding defensive center fielders in all of baseball. Left-handed batter waiting. Here's the pitch by Turley. High curveball, 1-0. Burden, one of quite a few ball players in the major leagues these days who wear glasses on and off the field. The result of measles when he was a boy. 1-0. The runners lead. Here's Turley firing. Burden takes a fastball outside. 2-0. Clete Boyer at third. His brother Kenny, the great third baseman of the St. Louis Cardinals, is down here just below our broadcasting booth. Bobby Shantz and Ralph Terry warming up in the Yankee bullpen in left field. 2 balls and no strikes. Runners on first and second with 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. The Pirates trying to battle from behind. They trail 15-1. Here's the pitch. Ball 3. Turley has lost his radar here in the bottom of the 8th. He can't find the corners. Elston Howard, his catcher, walks out in front of the plate. Says, "Come on, Bob. Pitch to me, boy. I'm your target. Put it in there." Throws him the baseball. 3-0 on Burden. And another bad one would load him up. The pitcher is scheduled to bat next. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Burden. There's a strike on the outside corner, 3-1. Yes, sir, for a long, long time now, they'll be talking about the batting of Mickey Mantle in this ball game today. Hitting right-handed twice. He hit a home run into the lower deck in right field with a man on. And a 3-run homer over the 436-foot sign in center field. Here's a tap to the second baseman, Richardson, on the ground. He's up with it. The toss to Skowron, and Burden is retired, and so are the Pirates in the bottom of the 8th. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, and 2 men left on. And after 8 full innings of play, it's the New York Yankees 15 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 1. Pitcher for the Pirates as we go to the 9th inning is right-hander Tom Cheney, who was in 11 ball games this year. He won 2 and he lost 2 for Pittsburgh, and he had an earned run average of 3.98. Joe Gibbon worked 2 innings. He gave up 3 runs and 4 hits. He struck out 1, and he didn't walk anybody. So we go to the top of the 9th, and leading off is Joe DeMaestri. DeMaestri, right-handed batter, steps in.
Joe DeMaestri.
Tom Cheney, pitcher number 6 on the Yankee hit parade today. It pounded out 18 of them with 15 runs. Here's a ball up around his chin. He leans away from it. Ball 1. The Pirates have one more shot at Mr. Turley. In the bottom of the ninth, they'll send up a pinch hitter for the pitcher, then Clemente, and then Rocky Nelson. Here's a strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss that time. Roger Maris on deck.
United Airlines has tickets.
Here's the windup. And the 1-1 delivery. A strike right around the belt on the inside corner. Ball 1 and strike 2.
Lyle Smith of Detroit.
Samoli, Verdon, Clemente making up the Pirate outfield. DeMaestri trying to get on base to start something else. The Yankees lead 15-1.
Of NBC.
Here's the pitch. A strike call, a curveball on the outside corner at the knees, and DeMaestri is called out on strikes. Strikeout number 1 by Cheney, and the 10th strikeout against the Yankees in the ballgame. Here's Roger Maris now.
Roger Maris.
He's had 1 hit in 4 times up. He has scored 2 of the 15 Yankee runs today. Friend, Green, Labine, Witt, Gibbon, and Cheney. Murtaugh has gone pretty well through his Pirate staff. Here's the pitch on the way. It's a ball. It's down low, 1-0. 1 away in the top of the ninth. Yankees out in front by 14 big runs. They have led since the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. Maris takes a ball that's wide. It's 2-0 on Roger. The RBI champion of the American League this season with 112 runs driven in. He finished second to Mantle in home runs. Roger hit 39 after leading most of the way. Here's a swing and a foul up on the net. 2 balls and 1 strike. Little Bobby Shantz continuing to warm up out here in the Yankee bullpen. 1 out in the ninth. New York at bat. The fans will get one more look at Mantle today. Here's the windup, the 2-1 pitch to Maris. Swinging a very high fly ball, right field. Here's Clemente coming over. The ball is curving out near that wall. He's out there, and he couldn't get it in foul territory. Up against that wall, it was foul. Clemente hit the green wall out there, but he couldn't hang on. 1-2 the count on Roger Maris. This young fella hit the first home run of the series yesterday. A blast into the right field upper deck against Vernon Law. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Maris. He swings and misses, and a pitch outside. He struck him out. 2 out here in the ninth. Mantle up. Struck out, walked, homered, struck out, and homered again. Batting left-handed against Cheney. A ball outside. Mantle has displayed his power both times today, hitting right-handed. A home run off Green in the 5th. And a home run in the 7th inning off left-hander Joe Gibbon. Here's the pitch by Tom Cheney. A ball is wide, 2-0. Cheney probably asked Green and Gibbon how to keep from throwing Mantle a home run ball. They probably both said walking. Don't give him anything. Mickey led the American League in homers with 40, and he's hit 2 here today. Ball 3. He may not get a shot at another home run because Cheney is keeping everything away from him. 3-0 on Mantle with 2 gone in the ninth. Wind up by the Pittsburgh right-hander. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Mantle draws a walk. That is his 2nd walk of the ball game. The 5th walk issued to the Yankees today. And that's going to bring up Clete Boyer, the 3rd baseman. Mantle on first with 2 gone in the 9th inning. The Yankees out in front, 15-1 over Pittsburgh. And unless the Pirates can battle back here in the bottom of this inning and do a great job, then the series will be all tied at 1 victory apiece as the scene moves to New York for Saturday's first game at Yankee Stadium. Here's the pitch to Boyer. It's a ball. It's high. 1-0. Clete, from a baseball playing family, had a couple of brothers make the majors, Cloyd, Kenny. Right-handed batter, Cletus Boyer. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. He went all the way around, 1-1. Ball 1 and strike 1 the count. Boyer hit 14 home runs for the Yankees this year and drove in 45 runs with an average of 242. Mantle leads at first base. Here's the pitch to Boyer. Swinging a fly ball to left field. It's curving. Here's the left fielder, Samoli, digging over. Might be fair, might be foul. It's a fair ball down the line and left. And here's Mantle racing for third. He's in. The throw to second. He is safe. A double for Cleet Boyer down the left field line. Samoli chased that ball, but he couldn't get to it in time, and it dropped just fair by a yard or so in left field. And there is a two-base hit for Cleet Boyer.
Batter is the first baseman, Bill Skowron.
Hit number 1 off Cheney, and number 19 by the Yankees, and that ties a record for the most hits by both teams in a World Series game of 29 hits by the St. Louis Cardinals and the Boston Red Sox back in October of 1946. There have been 29 hits here again today. Here's Skowron, the first baseman. A swing and a foul off the mask of Smokey Burgess. Rolls back here to the box seats. Skowron's gone 2 for 5. A couple of singles. Moose is driven in. 1 run. Runners on second and third, 2 out. Burgess is getting some new equipment. That foul ball evidently broke the strap on his mask when it hit it. And he has discarded the old one, and he's got a new one now from the Pirate Bat Boy. 1 strike on Skowron. This fella's strong. Hits with great power to all fields. Here's the windup, and the 0-1 pitch by Tom Cheney. A ball inside. Fastball just a little tight. 1-1. After striking out DeMaestri and Maris, Mantle drew a walk, and then Cheney gave up the double to Cleet Boyer. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Skowron. A swing and a high pop foul that's going to be out of play back here on the right side behind the Pirate dugout at first base. Ball 1 and strike 2. Burgess gets a new baseball from Johnny Stevens, the plate umpire, and fires it out to Tom Cheney, who is rubbing it up now. 15-1. The Yankees lead. We're in the top of the ninth. They've out-hit the Pirates 19-10. Cheney checks the runner at third. That's Mantle. Here's Boyer off the bag at second. The pitch to Skowron is a swing and a miss. The ball gets away from Burgess. Here's Mantle scoring. And here is the other man going to third. I believe that Skowron checked his swing on that pitch.
Wild pitch.
And it's called a wild pitch by Cheney, and Mantle scores, and it's now 16-1 Yankees, and Boyer is parked on third. So that's run number 1 off Tom Cheney. It was a wild pitch, a low outside curveball that Skowron started to go for, and he held up. Count is 2-2 on Bill. Boyer on third, 2 out and a run in, and the Yankees now out in front, 16-1. Man on third down the line. Here's the windup by Cheney, and the 2-2 pitch to Skowron. A ball that's high. 3-2, full count. The biggest inning so far for the Yankees was the 6th, when they scored 7 times. Here's the 3-2 pitch now to first baseman Bill Skowron. It's on the way, and he swings and hammers one foul upstairs onto the edge of the third deck right behind the plate. It's still a full count, 3-2. The ball game in the top of the ninth at Forbes Field. Game 2 of the 1960 World Series. The Yankees trying to even things up. Here's the pitch to Skowron. A chopper hits the dirt, goes back to the pitcher on one hop, and he throws to first in time. Skowron is out. Cheney to Rocky Nelson. And in the ninth inning, the Yankees score 1 run on 1 hit. There was a wild pitch, and 1 man was left on base. And now we go to the last half of the ninth inning, and at the end of 8.5 innings, it's the Yankees 16 and the Pirates 1. In the last half of the ninth inning, Joe Christopher has just led off, hitting for the pitcher, and he's been hit by the first pitch, and Clemente drives one deep to left. The left fielder back. A great catch by Kubek. A one-handed stab going back toward the wall, and there's 1 out. After Joe Christopher was hit by Turley's first pitch, Clemente teed off and hit one deep to left field, and Kubek, the Yankee left fielder, went back and speared that line drive, and there's 1 away. Here's Rocky Nelson. He's had 1 hit, 1 for 4. A man on first and 1 gone in the bottom of the ninth. Here's the pitch to Rocky. A swing and a fly ball that's going to drop into short right field for a base hit in front of Roger Maris. Christopher holds up at second base. Maris fires that ball into shortstop Joe DeMaestri on the edge of the infield grass.
The next batter,
That's Rocky Nelson's second hit, and the 11th off Turley. Now there have been a total of 30 hits, which is a brand new World Series record, breaking the old one set by the Cards and Red Sox in 1946 of 29 hits by the two teams combined. Runners on first and second, one out. Gino Samoli's up.
total hits for two teams.
Samoli has had 1 for 3 plus a walk. And he scored the only Pirate run today back in the 4th inning when Hoke doubled him in. Here's a curve hit through the middle, a base hit to center field. Joe Christopher rounds third, he'll score, and Rocky Nelson holds at second base. Another run is in, and the Pirates are now trailing 16-2. And the fans whoop it up. This is the first time they've had a chance to yell since back in the 4th inning when Pittsburgh scored their other run. So Samoli drives in a run with a single to center field. Hit number 12 and run number 2 off Bob Turley. Rocky Nelson at second, Samoli on first and 1 out. And here is Burgess, who's had 1 for 3 plus a walk. 16-2, the Yankees lead. Smokey Burgess trying to whittle down the New York lead by hitting a long one here. The pitch, very high, a curveball, 1-0. A hit batter and 2 singles. They've given the Pirates a bit of a spark in the bottom of the 9th. Rocky Nelson leads at second, Samoli away from first. Skowron playing way behind him at first base. Here's the pitch by Turley. Burgess swings and he misses. He was trying to plant one up on the roof. He went all the way around. 1-1. Turley has gone all the way for Casey Stengel today against Friend, Green, Levine, Witt, Gibbon, and Cheney. 6 Pittsburgh pitchers just couldn't stop the Yankee attack. 1-1 on Burgess. He waits. Here's Turley firing. Swing and a curve, and he tops it foul off to the right, into the box seats, and then out again. Down along that box seat railing at first base are many representatives of the National League, and I believe that the fellow who just drew the error on that play was Vice President Johnny McHale of the Milwaukee Braves. When he was playing ball, he would have grabbed that. If he'd have left his feet, he'd have had it, but he'd have gone head first right onto the gravel out here in front of the first base seats. 1-2 on Burgess. Here's the pitch. High outside curve. 2-2 on Smokey. A run has scored in the bottom of the 9th, but the Pirates still have a long, long way to travel. They're trailing 16-2. Pirate fans starting to talk it up. Clapping their hands and stomping their feet. Bobby Shantz out here is throwing in the Yankee bullpen. Here's a ball that's outside, a full count. 3-2 on Burgess with Hoke on deck. Well, I'll tell you, you may feel that it's almost impossible to come from behind, but this is a ball club that has done it many, many times during the course of the season in the late innings and particularly in the 9th. I don't recall that they ever came from behind and scored 14 runs in the 9th inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. A swing and a fly ball to right field. It's well hit. Maris back. He's at the wall. It is off the screen in right field. Here's Rocky Nelson being held up, and the bases are loaded. Here's a throw to first base. They got Burgess in a rundown. They throw the ball away. Here's Nelson dragging for the plate, and he scores. They had Burgess in a rundown. The bases were loaded. Was chased back toward first, and the second baseman threw the ball away, fired it past Skowron up against the railing. It's a single is all off the screen. The runners on base, Nelson and Samoli, had to play it safe because there was a chance that Maris might catch that ball. It's a single high off the screen. Rocky Nelson was held up at third and Samoli at second, and then Burgess, after rounding first and getting halfway to second base, saw that he had to get back, but they had him trapped. Richardson threw the ball to Skowron to try to nail Smokey, and Bobby threw the ball away from Moose, and it's an error. It's a single off the screen by Burgess, and an error on Bobby Richardson, the first Yankee error of the ball game. And And that is going to bring in a left-hander, Bobby Shantz. The bases are loaded here with only one out in the bottom half. Runners are on first and second, rather. Rocky Nelson scored on the air. It's no run batted in for Burgess. 2 runs are in the inning. And it's now a 16-3 ball game in favor of the New York Yankees. Bobby Shantz is going to relieve Turley, and here's Bob headed for the clubhouse. Well, he worked 8 1/3 innings. He allowed 13 hits. Didn't strike out anybody. Gave up 3 walks, 3 runs, and hit 1 batter.
Number 30, Bobby Shantz.
Little Bobby Shantz.
Bobby Shantz.
A left-hander who won 5 and lost 4 for New York and had an earned run average of 2.78, is the second Yankee pitcher of this ball game.
Next batter for Pittsburgh.
Back in, well, not too many years ago, 1952, Bobby Shantz was the winningest pitcher in the American League. He won 24 ball games for the Philadelphia A's. He's been in 1 World Series. That was in '57 with the Yankees, appearing in 3 ball games. And he lost his only decision in a World Series affair. Samoli is on third now, and Burgess on first. Samoli took third on the overthrow at first base. Here's Shantz curving Don Hoke right around the knees, and it's 0-1. Runners at first and third with 1 out. Nelson scored on the air, and Samoli went from second to third. Smokey Burgess on first, stretched by Shantz. Here's the pitch on the way. Curveball, he taps it foul to the screen. Strike 2. 32 hits in the ball game so far. 19 by the Yankees, 13 by the Pirates. 16-3, New York leads. We're in the bottom of the 9th. It's now or never for the Pirates, and they're trying to make it right now. Shantz asks for a new baseball. He gets it. Elston Howard, the catcher, rubbing it up for him. Bobby Shantz, a little fella, 5'6", 154 pounds, has been around a long time. He's from Pennsylvania. Here's the pitch. Curve, it's inside. Almost hit him in the leg. Ball 1 and strike 2. It all started with a hit batter. Christopher hit for the pitcher and was nicked by Turley's first pitch. Clemente then lined to Kubek, who made a fine play in left field. Then 3 straight singles. Here's a curve, top to the pitcher. Shantz has it, fires to Richardson out, relay to first base, out. The ball game is over. Hoke is really mad at that play at first base on the call by the first base umpire. Hoke was called out on the tail end of the double play, so Bobby Shantz came in, made Hoke hit into a double play. It went Shantz, the pitcher, to the second baseman Richardson, to the first baseman Skowron, and the ball game is over, and the Yankees have won it by a score of 16-3. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Pittsburgh scored a couple of runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error, and 1 man was left on base. And the final score was the New York Yankees 16 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 3. And we're waiting for the official totals now from the score. But it was quite a ball game in direct contrast to the affair that we had out here yesterday, which the Pirates took by a score of 6-4. Here are the totals for the New York Yankees. 16 runs, 19 hits, 1 error, 8 men left on base. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, 3 runs on 13 hits, 1 error, with 13 men left on for Pittsburgh. The winning pitcher, Bob Turley, his record now 1-0 in the series. The losing pitcher was Bob Friend. His record now 0-1 in the series, and the time of the ball game was 3 hours and 14 minutes.
Well, Jack, Mantle had a great day, and you certainly would have to give a lot of credit, I would say, to the Yankee starter, Bob Turley, who, though his teammates gave him a tremendous bulge to work with, Turley, for the most part today, pitched as though he had but a 1-run lead. And he was tough when he needed to be tough. In the second inning, the Pirates threatened with runners at second and third and 2 out, and Turley shut the door, wouldn't allow them to score. He begrudgingly gave up 1 run in the 4th inning on 3 straight base hits, a pair of singles, and then a double. And the Pirates had him moving a little bit in the 5th inning with runners at first and second base. And 1 out of the inning, he also stopped them, getting Samoli in the fly ball to right and Burgess in the pop-out. A leadoff double to Don Hoke, and Hoke went to third base in the 6th inning, and again, Turley stopped the Pirates without a run. And then he seemed to get a little bit tired late in the ball game and gave up a couple of walks And the Pirates got to him for 2 runs in the 9th inning. A 16-3 win for the New York Yankees, who showed the Pittsburgh Pirate fans here in Forbes Field this afternoon a lot of that great power that everyone expected the Yankees to bring to Forbes Field with them. Well, they saw today. The Yankees had a staggering total of 19 base hits today, and they had 13 base hits in yesterday's ball game. Well, that's the story of the ball game this afternoon. Everything for the Yankees at Forbes Field. The series is all even at 1 game apiece. And now we certainly would like to thank our engineer, Harry Alexander, and our producer, Len Dillon. And now this will be Chuck Thompson speaking for Jack Quinlan, inviting you to be sure and tune in Saturday afternoon at 12:45 Eastern Daylight Time for the 3rd game of this exciting 1960 World Series, brought to you by the General Motors Corporation and the Gillette Safety Razor Company.